Hello, all you freaks out there in YouTube lands. Hope everybody's doing good and having fun. Thank you for joining us. We have a lot of
Hi.
fun. That was loud, Mama. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know how to change that now, but I will try to change that maybe in the future. Um, how are you doing, Sierra?
Pretty good. It's been kind of a busy week. We'll get into it later, but mostly good things and exciting things. So, yeah, I'm
Awesome.
feeling good. My hair is doing something cool.
Yes, I love it. It looks so nice. It's all wavy.
It's very shiny.
Yes, shiny and wavy. It's like the sea, honey.
Huh. I don't have my nails on, but I'm still going to do this.
There you go. Nice. Okay, okay, Mama. It just surprised you. Okay, I hadn't changed the volume, so I wasn't sure. So thank you for letting me know about that. Real quick, let's say hi to Demon, Mama, Security, and Lee. So hello, thank you for joining us. If there's anybody out there that hasn't said hello to us in the side chat, please do, because we like to know you're there and we like to say hi to you. So, oh, did I send the wrong thing? Hold on, let me send Mama the right link. I think I sent her the wrong one. In
Mommy.
case Mommy wants to, yes. Okay, there we go. There you go, Mama. There's the StreamYard. If you can join us, if not, totally understand. I know people are doing things. Tusk is busy with life today, so he won't be here. Security hopefully will jump in, and if not, you just get our beautiful faces that you get to see today.
Lucky
We will
you.
be, yeah, exactly. So we will be talking about. Oh, Julian's there. Hey, Julian.
Hi.
We will be talking about circus acts, magic acts. We're going to be not debunking, but we'll be talking about the difference between certain magic acts and sideshow acts. And then I found an awesome documentary about why world fairs disappeared around the world, or had stopped being world fairs, and they turned into just county fairs and festivals, and not world fairs. And then we'll look at some people being silly, a couple of conspiracy stuff. So yeah, good times.
Good times. Good times. And
Is
my
there
sons are
anything?
here.
Yay!
Hi.
Is there anything you want to talk about, Sierra, about what happened this week, or anything before you want to get to the
Oh,
subjects?
well, just if anyone's interested in my life, sorry I didn't bring a lot of like facts and stuff. It's been a big week, just like adult wise. I don't know. I mentioned this before, but we got notice that we have to move in a few months. So it's been a little stressful finding a new place to live because property in Denver is just going crazy. But exciting news. Well, we moved in a new roommate who turned out to be super chill and cool. So that's awesome. And we found a house right up the street because so it's me and my partner, the new roommate, and then our other roommate. And the other one, he can't drive due to health reasons. So we were limited to stay like close to our area in case he has to walk to work or something. And we found a really cool place that it's kind of funky, but I think it's a really good fit for us. So just having a place, like knowing where we're going to go, and the land people are super cool. um the husband and Craig get along. They both like old cars and stuff. And it's a really good fit, and that just takes a huge burden off of me. So that's a big deal. I booked a
Definitely.
massage this week. I just
Nice.
felt like, well, I also mentioned last week, I know a lot of people weren't on, but I was having stomach issues, and not to be gross, but I'm about to be gross. When you're like purging, not purge like on purpose, but you know what I mean. Your body's purging so violently that sometimes you throw out your back. I think that's what happened. So my
And
back's
that,
been hurting all week. And I was just like, you know what? I've already been stressed out about moving and my back feels a little tweaked. So I'm going to get myself a massage. Treat yourself. So it feels
oh
good
yeah,
to, treat yourself in a way that you're treating yourself on a lot of different levels, especially in this time where we're integrating into normal life, whatever that is, and not being such hermits. And the more people I talk to about it, the more comforted I feel like I'm not alone in it. I really didn't realize how clunky of a transition it would be to just get back to my normal, whatever that is.
yeah,
So
exactly.
that's really cool. So yeah, it's been like cool. We got a cool new roommate, we got a place to live, um, getting a
Did
massage
you
tomorrow,
did you
having
make
a good
sure
hair
that
day.
did you
Huh?
make sure there's enough room for a dungeon or a big enough closet for me to
Oh
stay upside
yeah.
down, sleep upside down in?
Oh
'Cause-
totally. Well, there's
sweet.
so it's like a 2-story, which is like plenty of room for all of us.
Nice.
Because we have like workout equipment and my show stuff and all of our crap, and I need a painting area, stuff like that.
And
And
a
then they
place for all
also
the fetish
have
gear.
this so the family that lived in it before, they're violin makers. And so
Mm.
we toured it the other day. And I should have taken a picture, but I didn't feel like it was, you know, but it was super cool, like seeing all the parts and all the stuff. So it's a 2-car garage that they were using for that. But we were thinking of using it for like some storage, but maybe art shows, maybe
Ah.
sideshows.
Ooh.
Like it's a really cool space, big backyard. It's right on Broadway, and I'm sandwiched between like a hair salon, a dispensary, a tattoo shop. There's a restaurant across the street, and the
There's a
boys were
tat
all they had $2 beers, and the boys were like $2 beers, yeah.
score. There's a
So
tat
yeah,
there's a tattoo shop right up the street.
yeah. I haven't heard of it. I should have got the name.
Okay, you
It's
and I
really
will have
small.
okay.
I think it's more like a bikery shop. It's
Yeah.
very small. I've never heard of it.
We'll have to
This
go
is
in
in
there.
Inglewood. It's a little more south than I'm used to. Like we're already kind of South Denver. So
Yeah, yeah.
we'd be so where I am now is on the edge of like south of Denver, and we'd be going into like Inglewood territory, but it's not that far.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have to check it out and maybe give them a shout out. But yeah,
Well, we'll have to go in and get little matching tattoos.
I know. I know.
We'll
So
get drunk.
yeah, it's been a busy week, but and it's like nothing to do with sideshow or art or anything. It's just life stuff, but it's still exciting. So yeah, that's all I got.
Nice. Nice. Cool. Well, I can't wait until you move in and then we can go down and party and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, like I was saying, my birthday is Friday, so me and homegirl might come down and spend some time with you or whatever. So we'll see. We'll let you know.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So my big news for the week is I got 2 more dermals in my face. They're little tunnies, little tops because um, my body piercer didn't have larger tops that were the little black ones. So, yo,
Yeah.
what up?
Hi. Yeah, I think the bigger ones look better. Like the ones I replaced my nose with, I got like the next to largest. I kind of wish I got bigger, but I wasn't sure.
Hello.
I mean, you can still see them.
Yeah. So that was my big thing that happened this week. Or yesterday, I got my dermals in. So how are you doing, Julian?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Awesome.
Not really much has changed. Just working.
Cool. Well, thank you for
Just
joining us.
So I thought I'd give it a go for not being profound or insulting. So there is more to me than the being rude or offensive.
Well,
Nice.
you know what?
Right, I do
It
it. It's
doesn't
only
have to
because
be.
it's only because it's on that gaming stream. But I just thought, it'd be nice to actually just be normal. Well, not normal, just me, just talk, and not actually try and be funny.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. And
Well,
we'll be
that's
talking
when
about
you're the
some fun things.
funniest.
Hmm.
No, seriously. Well, in life and on stage, I found as someone that spent most of their life super shy, and thinking like, oh, I'm not the funny person. Like the more I leaned into it, because in my head I was funny, but I just didn't think I was that person. I don't know. Just
I've just never been one to not so much make an effort to people to get to know me. Just more of a they would either like me or don't, and if you don't, that's kind of your problem.
no,
Yes.
same. I
So
actually
I put a lot of effort into it, but I thought, well, I might as well try.
no, yeah, as long as you're
Well, not
putting
try to
in
be nice, but
effort,
try to be, show there's a different side other than what's the worst thing you can say.
right?
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend over the other night, which was I had a realization. I was telling Slim earlier, just the clunkiness of getting back out into the world and living with boys. I was like, I need to have a girlfriend over. So I had one of my girlfriends over and we were talking about girl politics. And I was
Is that
sharing
just the
with
same
her.
as normal politics, but like pink and fluffy?
Well, you know what I mean. Girl
In your
culture.
case, metallic and spiky.
Like how much I've been told. At first I thought you were a bitch, but you're actually pretty nice and cool. Like, is that a compliment? I don't even know.
I think it is because I get that a lot because I come across quite grumpy and not really open to conversation or wanting to be anyone's friend or get to know people. It's not because it's not that. It's just I have nothing useful to say, so I just don't say anything at all. And then people, because I have something called resting bitch face, people think I'm in the mood. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm
Well,
perfectly
you just
fine,
save it
thank
for
you.
the people that deserve it.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds.
All right. So the first thing we're going to speak about is it is International Sailor Moon Day.
Woohoo!
So everybody get out your Sailor Moon stuff and give it some love, I guess. Isn't that what you do with your Sailor Moon stuff? You make love to it? I mean, never mind.
I've never heard of it.
It's an anime. So 2017 is when they came out with this. So everybody show your Sailor Moon stuff love. If you have it. If not, then don't worry about
I
it.
should have looked this up.
What?
I actually don't. I like Sailor Moon though.
I haven't got
It's-
Sailor Moon, but I've got something called Dr. Stone. That's
Dr. Stone.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't heard of that.
It's
Is
it's
he
an anime,
dating
but
Sailor Moon or?
it's an anime. It's been around for it's like 2000, I think, and it's basically they turn to stone for like they think 30,000 years, and then they've got the two people that have survived have to work out what happened.
Will you do me a
Ooh.
favor and post a link in the side chat, or at least the name of it, so that we can
My
check it
roommate
out?
would like that.
Well, I've got the two series on my media service. So if you wanted
Sailor
to
Moon.
watch
Sorry.
it,
Yeah.
Sailor
You
Moon
can share.
scrotal tattoo.
I guess Security Monitor Lizard has a Sailor Moon scrotal tattoo. So I guess we will see that later. I guess we're gonna have to do that in Discord though, Lizard. But yes, I would love to see your scrotal tattoo. I mean, I would love to see your genitalia anyways, non-sexual. But I mean, if
just
you want
to study it.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I didn't know they go that small.
Yeah.
I wanted to get my glasses.
You're right. It is like a real.
Yeah. So the response to security monitor lizard asking the question is that when sailors drop their trows and moon at people. And yes, exactly. There's
Oh my god. That could be a Halloween costume where it's just a regular sailor costume.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you know those fake butts you can put on?
Mhm.
Unless you want to show your real butt, but I'm not
Yeah.
interested in getting arrested. With
No, not
like
anymore.
make a butt flap and then have the butt showing and be like, I'm Sailor Moon. That would be
You could-
hilarious.
You can
That's fucking great.
there's ones you can wear a toilet as trousers, and the top half of the sailor would be sitting on the toilet, and your legs are covered up by the it's like a long like a tube thing you wear the legs. That's
Yeah,
the toilet. Then your top half is the top half of the sailor with his legs over the toilet. It's quite amusing seeing him running around.
Yeah. There's a couple other costumes that are kind of that way, like the little baby on the shoulders or on the back of the dad or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a couple other outfits that are like that. Those are hilarious.
Yeah, I've got the one I had was it was a leprechaun carrying me.
Yeah.
And
cool.
yeah, I let my brother use it for fancy dress. I've never seen it again.
Of course. All right. So I think we were supposed to talk about sideshow acts, magic acts, or sorry, sideshow acts, circus acts, carnival games, and then world's fairs. So we're definitely going to let's get into the weird. Last week we showed a video about sideshow in Thailand. I think is this where it was. I don't remember.
It
where
was like a spiritual thing. Was that it? I feel bad. I can't remember the name. Where they're doing like the.
We didn't. No, we showed the traditional sideshow that happened in Thailand or something like that. Anyways, the person who put that on or made the video, she messaged me and let me know a little bit more about that sideshow we watched, and then let me know that I'm almost positive she said she doesn't mind us showing videos of hers. So she did a tour of a Thai black magic shop, and I thought this would be fun to open up with, and then we'll get into some of the. I think we'll do the World Fair next, and then I have a lot to say about the Magic Act revealed video that I found, and we'll break that down and have lots of fun with it. So let's go ahead and watch this fun video. The person who made these is really awesome. Really quick, let's just do this. So if you can see, Tracy.3 is her name on YouTube. So everybody go over there and subscribe and go like all her videos and check out all this stuff. She goes through, I think it's Thailand, and she goes through and she visits all these really awesome places. So go show her some support.
These are really adorable, this little dragons. Taurai?
300 ค่ะ
Sunlight, okay. If you want one of these, they're only 30 baht, $1.
Wow, they're
Buy a couple
movable.
and I'm gonna go around, thank you. I feel bad for these businesses because they rely heavily on tourism. Like dude selling glasses. I mean, food always does well, but usually there's like a lot of tourists here, you know, buying stuff, and they don't have anybody right now, so they're dying for customers.
Oh, little puppy.
So you'll know you're going the right way because you're going to see a lot of monks and also see a lot of people selling amulets along the way. And it's just straight down. And this guy got some penis amulets there.
Nice.
It's a whole stack of penis amulets.
They're all penis
Nice.
amulets.
Penis Jenga.
So
Penis Jenga.
Yeah.
Why isn't this a
Nice.
thing?
Oh, I want to play penis Jenga so bad. Oh, that's great.
I'm not sure what that is. It's like a rice cake or something. Oh, that's really
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
Is it Kubantan? Kuban?
Ghost baby.
Oh, wow. Oh, Ghost Baby. Just call Ghost Baby.
Oh,
in
Ghost
Thai,
Baby.
it's
Okay, okay.
Lady.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
wow. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
This is a good one for money, but you have to treat it like a real baby. You have to give it offerings every day. So like,
Dang.
oh,
That's
good luck
cool,
if you're like
actually.
if you gamble. Good luck with gambling. Oh, because that's what the eye is about.
Mhm.
That's so cool.
Oh, the eye. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
there are many businessmen and wealthy people in Hong Kong bringing ghosts to chant through a very famous teacher in Thailand called Kruba Subin. Kruba Subin Yunai. Is he in Bangkok? I want to meet him.
Huh. Okay. Cool.
In Bangkok or Chiang Mai or Yunai?
Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai. Yeah. They're usually in Chiang Mai.
Okay, Chiang
Man,
Mai.
she's
Yeah.
so knowledgeable. I wish I could speak Thai. Okay, I need to turn on my internet so I could talk to her. So this one you can have the boy or the girl. I think the girl is prettier. It's really beautiful. And then she's showing me
they
this
real?
one. This one and this one. How much?
No.
This
Oh.
one.
If you look at the eyes, I think it would be your dead giveaway. The easiest first thing to see. It may have been real at first, but that's a casting. I think at this point,
Yeah.
the
Well,
original.
I feel like it looks more because the legs are so long. It looks more like maybe like a 2 or 3 year old for that part of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure like the eyes are filled with resin or something. It looks like.
They put in fake eyes for sure, but I don't think that is a death casting. I think they made castings off of that, I believe. So that's what I would guess for overhead. It would be so hard to get that many babies. In third world countries, it may be semi, but I'm almost positive
let alone show it on camera. I'm sure there's like probably like some black market shit where you can like talk to a special person and get the real deal.
So
but just the representation, I'm sure, means a lot to like if you're that superstitious or if you believe in it, whatever.
Probably in storefronts, you're probably going to be able to buy human remains or human body parts and stuff. On the street vendors, it's less likely. But when we get into this magic shop that she's going to show in a second, there may be real dead stuff, skeletons and skulls and other things. I normally preview parts of the videos before. Oh my gosh, a double-headed. Oh my god. I usually kind of look through these, but I don't watch all of the videos. I just make sure they're safe enough for us to show on our. So hopefully we get to see actual black magic type stuff. My experience with black magic is voodoo in the Americas. So it's very, very different than Asian type of black magic. So there's a little bit of a difference. So
like Santeria or what stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even Native American stuff.
Yeah, and even European would even be different black magic than what we're seeing here in Thailand. Which is this is why I wanted to show it, because it's very interesting because it's a different take on black magic that we're going to see. So let's watch a little bit more.
500 baht.
This one's 500 baht. Oh, it's not bad.
500
and
baht
this one
is
have
like.
To give water, have to give Fanta every day, right?
2 pigeons and a cow.
Water.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's what their currency is.
And if I buy
pretty much.
Today eat water. Today milk.
Milk and water. They like milk and water. Okay. So she's giving instructions.
Wait. Did anybody see that?
I clocked that shit.
Did anybody see what's in the lid of this thing? Look what's in the lid of this thing.
It looks like
it's pour spouts and drinking things.
Yeah, I know.
So that's for a wine bottle.
I wonder if
one's
that's
for a wine cap, and the other one's for a
pour spout.
It's for a
A canter?
Yeah, canter. That's it. But you know, one you
Well,
would have around the table. It's
I
for an easy
wonder
pull.
if this is like a thing where like you know how fancy like dudes have decanters and like their fancy shit for their fancy scotches and whatever. Like how they're saying you have to sacrifice to it every day and give it gifts every day.
So it's
And
like a
even if it's not
ritual.
real, that doesn't really
Although,
matter. I think it's more like the intention of it and
those
the specialness of it. And I
those
wonder if
devices
that's
side
why
to
they
it.
put that there as like this is part of your like special ritual, as if you would do like bringing out your nice glassware and your nice whiskey for a special friend,
Mm.
like
Just
the equivalent of
just
that, and just adding
noticed
to it or augmenting it, you know.
Yeah.
those
Go ahead, Julian.
those devices, those objects are for a slow bleed. So if you wanted to drink something from like an orange or a barrel, you would use those to allow for a slow drip and will not bleed out. That's what those are. It looks similar to a bottle, so it makes sense they would be in something like that.
Oh,
So if you're
Okay,
going to
okay.
sacrifice something, you wouldn't want all of it. You just want a bit of it.
interesting.
All right, let's go. Let's move a little bit towards. I think this is inside the shop now.
Hapan? Hapan, right? Hapan. Okay, these skulls are 5,000. I'm like a kid in a candy store. These are 3,000. Oh, this is the stock that she has.
Whoa.
Wow.
Called
That's
it.
a lot. So this is good luck in the casino. So if you're a gambler, this is good for you. I believe that's for like love and having a baby. Oh, this is so cool. Look at that. She called it a zombie. Picasso, is that right?
What the fuck?
I'm waiting for her to translate it.
Yeah, it's like Mardi Gras and
The
shit.
crazy lady.
Yeah.
This is how I feel right now, actually.
In there, girl. This is cool.
Yeah.
So I bought a little friend. He's good luck with money, I think. And I just have to put him in my bag. I don't have to give him any offerings. So he's very low maintenance. He's just pretty cute. Aww. Let's get some money, bitch, please. That place was nuts. Okay, so I was there to order for someone, and she was just showing me everything that she had. She has all, I mean, she was showing me some like black magic rituals, and even I was just like overwhelmed. I was not prepared for that. You know, I am a witch, but still, you know, you have to always protect yourself and be careful, so.
All right, that was actually the end. The rest of it is her walking away, just kind of talking about it a little bit more. So,
and
that
she's right.
fun.
Like, I mean, if you're into that at all or like identify with it at all, whether, you know, whatever branch you do or background, I like the not so much like the religion Wiccan, but like practicing witchcrafty stuff. I relies so much on intuition and following your gut. That's cool that she appreciated it, but she was like, I'm going to dip my toe in this much. But I appreciate it. I thought that was nice to mention. That was very cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Let's watch a little bit of The World of Tomorrow, 1939 World's Fair, so we can get kind of a little aspect of what the 1939 World's Fair was a little bit, and then we'll go into why it may have disappeared, and then we'll get into what are the different sideshow acts and different circus acts, and then talk about magic acts as well. Oh, you got a penis cutter there. That's a circumciser, right? Snip, snip.
Who's ready for your circumcision?
No.
No,
It's a modern. It's for cigars.
They're everywhere. But this one's particularly entertaining. I don't know why.
I like that one. I like that one a lot.
I can't help myself.
Doesn't like every rabbi have one of those in his pockets?
Exactly.
Why a rabbi? Do
Because
rabbis
he's the
smoke?
circumciser.
Circumcising.
Yeah, they're the
Oh,
circumcisers.
I was like,
He's got a pocket full of elastic bands. Oh wait, they're not elastic bands.
oh my gosh.
Did our
so
side chat freeze or what the heck? Nobody's posted anything in a second.
I was like, do rabbis smoke a lot?
Yeah, well, they do. They cut the penis and then they cut the cigar. So they cut the penis and then they smoke the cigar.
Sometimes they smoke the penis and cut the cigar. Oh wait.
Well, speaking of penises,
well,
I have to pee. I'll turn off my mic, but I'll watch the video from afar.
There used to be a thing where they used to lick the blood off of the child's genitalia. But if anybody doesn't know about that, look it up. We're not going to talk about it more on here.
I'm sure you shouldn't, though, because
no.
those tend to go on watch lists.
Yeah. So please don't do that if you are in the field of circumcision. Anyways, let's just keep watching this.
Even if it's just a hobby, just don't do it.
Yeah, just please don't do it. Remember, consent, everybody. So, if they're over 18 and they consent, do whatever you want to each other. I think taking off body parts is still illegal, though. There was a case in New York where a gentleman cut off somebody else's finger or something and ate it. I don't know. We'll talk about that in another stream about
wasn't it like a end of a carrot, but it made it look like it was the end of his finger?
I don't remember. I know there is I know there is two gentlemen who actually signed a document saying that they could be eaten by this other person, which didn't really hold him in court, I don't think.
No, you can't. I don't. I don't, because it's illegal. You can't.
Well, that's what I'm. They thought
to do something illegal. So
yeah, no, I know.
I give you permission to kill that person over there. Thanks. It's all right because I said I can do it.
I said it. I wrote it down. I signed it. It was No, we'll talk about that in another episode about cannibalism. Why not? Eating out people is always fun, but that's a whole different story, and that's something else. And
but eating people, they had that tribe that went a bit crazy, didn't they? Because they found that they were eating the same bloodline, and that's what made you get the shakes or whatever it was. So if you're going to do it, just make sure they're not the same bloodline as you. It's the same principle as if you have a weird shaped baby, if you were your sister or something like that. So
I also think it's kind of like the mad cow disease. It's a brain thing, so don't eat their brain.
Well, the mad cow disease is the same thing, because how that happened is because they fed them beef, and it was from the same bloodline, and which made the cows go crazy. And
are you guys talking about cannibalism?
Like bird flu as well.
Yes. So don't eat your siblings or family members. Eat other people.
Other people's siblings and family members.
Actually, no, that's true. So, for those of you that don't know, my dad was a pastor, but he's kind of an adventurer too, which is kind of cool. And he went on like this missions trip to Amazonia, like in the jungle, and hung out with actual cannibals. And they were explaining like their ethics of it, and it's kind of like that. Like,
they didn't know why they were getting sick, though. They didn't know.
Well, they don't eat.
They didn't put the two and two together. That's all.
They're just like there's like sets of rules around it, and they only eat like certain things. And
I saw once they actually killed this guy from another village, and they had to apologize, so they gave him four cows. I like to say sorry, because it was the wrong person. It was apparently he got accused of doing something, and the guy went and killed him, at him, and then the chief or someone from that village explained it wasn't that person, and to apologize, they gave him cattle.
That's fucked.
It doesn't give him the person back, obviously.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And I believe when I've done the studying on shrunken heads and or cannibalism in tribes, they usually do it to in war. a captive of war is when they normally eat them. So it wasn't like they were eating their tribe. It was when outsiders came in. It's like, ooh, new meat.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we're meat. Yeah.
There's some of them was eating the relatives, so they would have that power as well.
Yeah.
And some of them believe that there's probably quite a few variants of what they were doing.
It's
ultimately, it kind of like it was their undoing.
Yeah, well,
that's why the pigs are like quite similar to humans, and when a woman is pregnant, they can't stand the smell of pork or bacon because it sets a signal in their head that their baby's inside cooking.
Oh, son of a monkey! That makes sense.
Pregnancy's bad anyway. I mean, it's not bad, but
it is. You get a dream killer and no money for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and it is called long pig in most cultures. They did call it, or there is a certain culture that called us long pig, and that's what when they ate human was what they called it. So it makes sense because we are pretty close to them.
Because the Muslims don't eat pork because they believe if you come back as like a bad spirit, you come back as a pig. Because the pig is the only animal in the world that if you show it a knife, it will squeal.
I thought it was more like like why Jews don't eat pigs or like shrimps and stuff. Like
they believe it's
because they're bottom feeders and they eat poop and stuff.
No, they believe but they believe that every pig is a bad soul. So another human. So that's why they don't eat them. And when it comes to halal meat, it just means halal.
Ooh, that gives me the willies. I had a grandma my great grandma had a pig farm with a super creepy house. It was like
if you had 12 pigs and starved them for 2 days, they would go through a human being in a matter of minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Never trust anyone with a pig farm.
The World's Fair.
Yeah, when I was visiting one of my exes, not at the time, obviously, but I was visiting her parents. He woke me up at 6 o'clock in the morning and he took me out to the pigs to go feed them. And the whole time we're walking there and I had the bucket of slush, I'm just like, he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. He's like, this is the easiest way to get rid of my punk ass body. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't like me. The family doesn't like me. They don't want me marrying his daughter.
Well,
so
pigs only eat humans if they're really hungry. So if you went up to feed them and you're still alive, you're still all right.
Yeah.
I just think, I don't know, like my memory of my grandma's farm and the haunted house. And then that scene from Wizard of Oz where Dorothy falls in the pig pen. And she's like tangled up in something and everyone freaks out and she's like, ah! I was like,
did we see the
5-year-old me was like, nope.
Well, go back and watch it again and it's really weird that scene.
No, I will not be doing that. I'm glad I don't remember bits of it.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember is the people with wheels for hands.
Oh, that's in the books. Or in the other movie.
Film. That's in the other. It's in the second one.
Okay. I just remember the Tin Man because that's who I thought of the most. I'm always thought of myself as a robot or a cyborg, and he was the Tin.
You know, better than Tin. You should have gone Titanium, or
No, I would be Titanium Man, but his character is the one that I kind
tit
of
for small, tit for short.
I'm the lion. I'm like, rawr.
I'd probably end up being the bloody wizard the house landed on.
You're like, gotcha.
Like, no, my bloody luck.
Anyways.
All right, let's see where we're at in this video. They're talking about the World Fair.
Unbelievable. Remember, this is the world of 1960. And physics and chemistry have joined hands with the farmer in helpful friendship. Here are the farm roads of the community. They have been improved and made to flow into great motorways. This superb one-direction highway, with its 7 lanes accommodating traffic at designated speeds of 50, 75, and 100 miles an hour, is engineered for easy grades and for speed with safety. Cars from the farm roads and feeder lanes, as these goods come down from the farm, the mine, and the mill, Progress on all
I think
the
this is
highways
where
of
it
human
talks about
activity
it a little bit
leads us to
more.
more opportunities for employment. An ever-widening range of goods made ever more plentiful, from east to west, from north to south.
It
Our
just
greatest
looks like
strides
they're
in providing more things for more
downtown.
people have been made at a time when the influence of new geographical frontiers was about over.
I don't think that's about fucking the World's Fair. I call bullshit on that.
I think someone got clickbait.
Yeah, I think so as well.
That looks
or
like
they,
propaganda, like just trying to cheer people up. What was that?
Well,
1939.
Just look in the mirror and say, look at what it could have been.
It was 1939.
I
What up,
mean,
Kitty?
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing?
hi.
Long time no see for most of everybody.
Or never seen.
Yes. Yeah.
It's been 35 years. Where the hell have you been?
Oh,
87 years.
for about 4 years, I was hanging around my dad's sack, and then for another 31, 31, I was. Yeah, man, I'm not the best, at close quarters, I guess.
Well, in comparison, not really, because you were tiny once. Like I'm not saying how big or small your father's testicles may have been, but the
You
average
guys
size
know
of a
each other
sperm.
from before?
What's that?
From another life.
No.
Oh, okay.
I've known. But I have the same. My nickname is Lizard in the army.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of my last
Checks
name,
out.
and they couldn't pronounce it, so they were just lazy and just called me Lizard, and it stopped.
Oh,
We could do
okay.
Well,
that.
it's so like funny to see this. They're like you see how that plan has developed into what it is now, with flaws. The only upside I can see is people dressed a lot better and had a lot more optimism, I guess.
They're all dressed in black and white.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, it's like, what was it like being in black and white, Dan?
No, like they actually dressed. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like the option to dress
smartly,
and not dress.
women dress smartly. So you had you had a set of clothing depending on what kind of activity you did, and everyone wore a hat and a tie, which is something I would love everyone to do, because
you know how much more organized I would be.
What if you had a hat and a tie?
If I had this is my church dress, this is my show dress, this is my party dress, this is my, I don't know.
Look, when you have a uniform,
dress.
when you put the uniform on, that's you go into work mode, don't you? Or if you
put your
comfies on at home, you mean I'm not doing nothing today. So and you do that. So it puts you in that kind of mindset.
Yeah. Oh, dressing up to fly on a plane.
Yeah,
I definitely.
Or putting on the vest, that's not really uniform.
I always like to put on my suit and tie when I murder. I mean, did I say that out loud? Damn it.
Slim, what do
suit and tie.
Slim, when you fly, what do you wear? I'm just curious.
As little as possible, because they always send me to secondary to get naked. So I just wear my panties,
Are you the one that always gets the sample but never buys the product?
Yeah.
So you get a sample shirt and go, yeah, that's lovely. I'll make a suit out of that, and then never buy it. Or rub yourself with sample cologne, from the magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Not to be sad, but
sniff. Oh shit, this is the wrong one.
I had to travel for a family issue that wasn't pleasant last year or the year before, and it was I had a Britney moment, and I shaved my head, and I wasn't doing well. And it was cold that day, and Craig gave me a beanie, and I didn't look what was on it. And so it was the easiest time through. I mean, I have an easy time. I'm a white girl, I know what to do. But I was man, that was way easier than normal to get through security. But then I went to the bathroom and I realized it had it was a children's hospital beanie, and I had a shaved, or I had a buzz cut, and I was
she's over.
She's
not going to be around very long. That's why she's skipping the queue. Or she's just.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Did they give you a bag of candy when you went through?
She's like, "Do you want a lifetime
No,
supply?"
but they were
Oh, no, wait,
extra
don't worry.
nice. It was like suspicious.
A little
But
teddy
then I
bear.
had my other experience. I had so I mean, I'm a girl. I have an implant like for birth control, and at the
You've got the
time I
wrong
had
network.
like extensions with the metal things, and I went through and it beeped, and I could see on the monitor there was like a bunch of squares around that area and around my head, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. So I told them what was up, and they thought it was funny, but I was like, oh, that's so embarrassing.
What if they're like,
they didn't really care enough to say anything, but they decided to take interest because you went up to them and explained.
Yeah.
No,
So
they
imagine
pulled
how
me
many
aside.
people they actually pulled you aside.
Yeah.
Imagine how
Which
many
is
times
dumb.
a day they've got to look at that, like at something like that, and go,
Like a
okay.
lot of girls have extensions. Like, I don't know.
That's the only reason why I want to get my testicles pierced now, is so they have to look at that in those monitors.
You'll have the same thing. It'll be like a bunch of squares up here,
Or
and
just
then on your nipples.
Or
and
just
then
do
down
2
here.
sets. Just have 2 sets
wanna get
and have
scrotal
like,
piercings
internal
now.
implants.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what
go,
I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those are my outside ones. Or these are, or there were my ex's balls that I wear them on the inside.
I don't know. Do girls like that? I don't even know.
I don't know. If
It
you don't
seems
know,
like a
we're all
lot.
fucked.
Well,
yeah, no kidding.
well, okay. My brother used to be like a very like party, like go-go boy, party gay boy. And I heard about his situation at one point, and I was like, that would hurt anybody. I don't know.
It depends. If
you're into it,
if
cool,
a knife
like
is hot,
cool.
I'm sorry, I thought you meant removing them, not piercing them. You could do it with like a bow and arrow or a slingshot. And you do it as a competition, and go the one that's closest to the testicle.
This devolved really quickly.
Okay. Pearlfish, yes, we'll do that in the after party in Discord. We'll show off our testicle piercings.
Show off my Sailor Moon tattoo.
Yeah, exactly. Sailor Moon.
Oh yeah, I got it.
And then
go ahead.
You only can see it from behind, though, right? You got to bend over and show your testicles from behind.
But you guys, we can pass around the
5 seconds.
We can pass around the UV light so you guys can watch it glow. Watch your powers go.
I'm sure I'm not supposed.
Is there
I'm
UV
sure they're
ink
not
in it?
supposed to glow up.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to, if it's good.
That's why I got the light.
Hold
Are they
on.
supposed to glow?
Speaking of light, I'm gonna adjust my light because it's like not the light's coming through my window. It's like blinding my face.
Yes, good times. That's why I love doing this stream. We always get off on some weird tangent about silly shit.
I've got marksman through the army. I can make the shot. I can't guarantee your other leg's going to be there.
Well, I'll hold it up. You know what I'm saying?
You'll hold it up and like which one do you want?
We'll do like the James Bond. We'll just cut a hole in the chair and hang it through. You know. Give you a more even target, I guess.
Okay. Before we get any more distracted and we get to the video, what's the largest caliber gun either one of you shot?
Oh,
sorry, what?
Which is the largest caliber projectile?
What? Mine's 155.
Okay.
At 155 millimeter.
Okay.
So you were artillery.
I was indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
We delete grid squares.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
That's it's pretty surprising when you're trying to have combatives, rolling on the ground, fighting each other, and the artillery's like 100 meters away, and they're just like, oh yeah,
100 meters away. We're 17 miles away.
Oh no! I'm saying they were firing from 100.
Okay.
100
yeah.
Okay.
You could be a mile away and you feel it in your shake.
And most of us
can't imagine every time I've shot, it's either I haven't been hunting in a very long time. But other than that, it's just like I need to like relax, like be in nature, like just chilling out. I couldn't imagine
if you know,
having to shoot accurately under
in war.
stress.
It's just-
Yeah.
It's marksmanship principles, and when you go to a war zone, your army head goes on, and there's nothing else that matters. Because beforehand, when you've done your training, you think, "Oh shit, I can't remember." But as soon as you get off the Hercules, that's it. Army heads on, state of alert, max.
Yeah.
Everyone's a target.
Yeah, and
Unless you're
that makes
American and you've already
sense.
deleted the target.
right, like when I at Julian Baba the Vent says he has several people interested in my RPG 7 and 75mm money boxes.
Oh, yeah, it's 3D
we got
printed.
one more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't
Oh my
ship to
gosh, I wish
America at the
Craig
moment
was
'cause,
here.
You're on the red list.
But then we wouldn't have a turn to talk.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
So security, just the largest size you've shot, and then let's get into the video.
All right. Well, largest caliber, I guess, is 40mm. Like the Mark 19 is it's a 40mm grenade machine gun, and it fires 300 rounds a minute on, I think it was a continuous fire. Sorry, I'm a little rusty.
Because
yeah. Boom. And it is a maximum effective range of 2,212 meters, so like a mile plus. And each round is a 40mm grenade, so it has a kill radius of, I think, like 3 meters, and wounding radius
what
of 5
grenade
meters.
it is, because normal grenade is 1.5 meters.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's shrapnel after that, and it's not lethal, but it can nick you.
Yeah, I'm a little rusty.
Because we had our lethal was anything within a 200-meter zone where the round landed, died, and then 300 meters after that was shrapnel.
Oh yeah, yeah, you were definitely slinging a lot more.
What was what?
Exactly. It's gone. It's here. It is now. It's gone. Kind of like magic. Never mind.
Yeah.
So before we get to the video about what happened to the World's Fairs and why there aren't any anymore, I didn't realize that they had disappeared. I kind of thought they turned into county fairs from World's Fairs, but they're going to explain why we don't have World's Fairs anymore. But before that, my stepdad used to work as in the Navy, and he built the unmanned sea vehicles for picking up aircrafts, F's whatevers that fell into the sea or crash, so that the other countries couldn't get them to hack our technology or do what find the technology. Cool. So we went out into the desert a lot of times, and I think I shot a 50 cal and all kinds of illegal weapons that civilians couldn't shoot because I was with all these military people. And so at 14, okay.
It's how it's fired. It's the round
has
isn't
a bunch
if it's got automatic capabilities.
I've only ever shot like hunting rifles, and then I went with Craig, and I'm not going to pretend to know what's what, but let's just say
I went for 1,000 rounds.
Big guns that aren't meant for hunting.
Yeah.
Which was hard for me. I have like zero upper body strength, so just holding it up, I was like, ugh. And I'm left-handed.
But on
it
the
was
50
still super
cal,
fun.
it's a long range, so you should be lying down in the prone position when you're firing.
Well, we were
if you
up
stand up,
you
end up doing the cartoon and flip around. So
yeah.
You got a hell of a punch. But when
it was mounted on the back of a Jeep, or it was mounted on the back of a vehicle. So that's the way we shot that one. So,
it doesn't take away the aim, the ability to aim, because most Jimpies can't. They're not very great. They're not good at accuracy because they on a continuous fire they fire in like a sausage motion.
Yeah.
And no matter how good you are or how you've held it down, it is going to do that motion.
Yeah.
Every fifth round's a tracer round, and it's
the sausage. Sausage. And more what I was talking about is there was like different 5s, and other things that civilians at the time in the 1990s in California weren't allowed to have. And so when I was shooting them with these people, they said, "Remember, shh."
Speaking of
like,
military and like world wars and stuff, like the height of these world fairs and sideshows, around the 30s, 40s, 50s ish. gave opportunity to people that couldn't be in the military. You know, like there's this, we've talked about this before, like there's this whole argument like, oh, freaks were exploited back then and da da da. And I'm sure there's a lot that were, but at the same time, it gave people an opportunity to at least make a living and have some sort of life and family and friend group when they didn't really have anything else. Like, you know, these at the time, these people's only other option was like, I don't know, like go to a psych ward or get lynched on the outskirts of town or sit in bed at home.
Yeah.
Well, some of them should be like rewarded for doing something, because if they've not had the greatest upbringing and not been given the best of luck, but yet they still managed to produce something to sell and make a business to feed themselves, they should be like, those kind of fairs should be helped and rewarded and, you know, encouraged. But when I was based in Germany, there was quite a few of them. That was in 2008, around 2008 time. They had loads of them there, but it was more of just the Europe side of it. It wasn't the Pilgrims or the Americans.
Yeah.
Pilgrims.
Pilgrims.
Or the Mexicans with jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
All right. Everyone say hello to Pearl.
What's going on?
Down there.
And
he's got his RPG.
Let me see. Let me do this.
Everyone do their show and tell.
I can't show and tell mine. It's an AS90.
Wow.
Mine's in the closet.
Where's my 75? There we go.
I've got a taser that does 300,000 volts, but
there's I call that an anal probe. I mean,
I call that the tickler.
That's
the tickler.
The one that goes in the front.
Shit, right? I'm gonna have to go. I've been sat here going, I can smell paint. And I've just realised what it is, so I'm gonna have to clear up a minute.
He's gonna have to wash the cat.
Okay, we'll do that right quick. So I'm gonna start the video. We're gonna begin to watch this. I need to go run and grab 2 more beers, so I will not hear the first 30 seconds of this. Once I come back and you see my camera come back on, if anybody wants me to stop, let me know and we'll stop it from there. But give me a little while I let it play. I've already watched some of it, so I know what it's saying. So here we go.
Go. Go.
There was a time when the world came together for an event that inspired all who witnessed it.
You can hear it, correct?
The World's Fair.
Okay, cool.
I'm hungry.
I don't know what World Fair you've been to, but I've never seen anyone act like that. Or be so jolly about being there.
Ooh.
So it's true, white man can jump.
It's Epcot Center.
Is there still a World's Fair?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Is there still a World's Fair?
No.
The World's Fair.
No.
And does the World's Fair still exist?
The World's Fair?
Oh, it's
I
just
have
America.
to say no, I don't think so.
What can you tell me about the World's Fair?
Nothing.
Not a whole lot. Last one I knew was in Brooklyn. Where the,
of course.
They had the big towers.
I really don't know
That's
much
the
about
World's
it.
Trade Center.
I was
with my grandfather about it at some point in my life. I know that.
Any idea when the last one was?
I have no idea.
What, the last AC thought was the World Trade?
1969? Oh, never mind.
The main vocation of the expo is exactly to represent the whole world.
Cool. Okay.
You have in front of you many different ways of living and also of creating the future.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Does anybody want to say anything or put in some commentary? We need to break this up a tiny bit.
You should probably ask
Because
other people other than Americans what
Well,
the last
sorry.
World Trade wins was, because
Well, aren't we?
they're not always going to
I'm
know.
sorry, because we talk about like Americana's Sideshow and that stuff so much. I think I mixed it up with like world traveling shows and not the actual World's Fair.
Yeah.
And now that I'm seeing it, like, oh yeah. Well, I'll leave my American opinion till the end. It's not that big of a deal, but
it is the same. It's just probably just an off branch.
No, really, it's just
an
like
in-house one.
the fact that this isn't I mean, I have like a lot of people haven't even thought about stuff like this for so long because of you know what, and
well, we still have like things like that.
It's kind of a strange. Maybe I feel like there's a strange like polarization, like push and pull, because of globalization and the world in a way getting smaller, but maybe it's like people don't really want to accept being united and being peaceful, so we're continuing to nitpick whatever we can about each other, it feels like, or at least like our leaders are sometimes.
Well, it just means like you can only see a certain amount of stuff so many times before no one's interested in it anymore. So how many times does the World's Fair happen before you've seen it all before?
Yeah.
True.
So if it's always going to have a lifespan. At some point it's not going to be worth doing because they already know it exists and they don't want to buy it in the first place.
But if it's been gone away for so long, especially like I feel so bad for the kids.
But since the internet was a thing, that's not really gone away, is it?
True. I don't know. It might be good for like maybe for them to take a sabbatical, of course. That's good for anything or anybody if the time is right, but this is a good thing to like just have a like a interactive visual thing of how the world works and how other countries work and stuff.
Yeah, they do, and that's also has to go against obviously the education system to actually make them want to look for it, because if they haven't been told about it or the history of it, they're never going to look. So if they are only getting 5% of the history that they need to be told, why would you go out and look for it? It's only like the lucky ones who actually know there is a rest of the world.
No, that's pretty much the place I was going to go, is just our education system sucks so much that they don't focus on anything relevant.
No, you do American history and that's it.
Yeah, and I mean, look at Florida just passed a bill, I think it was like the day before that condo collapse, and it was approving teaching like the evils of communism in school rather than like anything objective or any kind of critical thinking.
Or did ram in one type of belief that would another.
And it doesn't do anybody any good. And so many people in this country, especially on the conservative side, are against critical thinking. And I guess it doesn't, especially if you're very religious, you don't like
totally.
people critically thinking, because then it upsets you when they question your religion, your beliefs.
For example, I was sent to Christian school for my middle school years, and I already struggled in math. And I had this math teacher that she would spend the whole time talking about how she got fired from the public school system because of talking about her political beliefs. And I didn't care. I just really needed to learn because
what's up?
Because I that was the one subject I really like. I was a good student, but that wasn't my strong suit. And I ended up going back into like the public system for high school and onto college and stuff. And I had to get like massive tutoring because I had this huge gap in my education because my teacher, all she wanted to talk about was President Bush and what she thought about what and how she got persecuted for being a Christian and for talking about her beliefs. Like, well, no one's like that offended about your beliefs, but I just need to learn so I can like move on to the next grade. Like,
right.
But
you know,
that's
just stupid shit like that.
When you have a country like yours that's the size it is, and the fact that they have 50 different countries in one country, doing their own little things, you're never going to get one basic system. Like in most of Europe have a curriculum and they stick to it and they have to follow it. And every country
in like
in
private
Europe,
schools and especially religious schools,
but they still have.
And this was fucked too.
Yeah,
my parents were paying like a lot of tuition for me to go and kind of learn nothing. It was basically like going to church.
Yeah, that's one thing I really
so like not
about,
only did my parents
private religious schools
get swindled out of a lot of money,
mm-hmm.
like even as like a smart student, I got set back like massively, and it really sucked. Also, I got in trouble for having my first girlfriend.
Of course,
yeah, that's definitely going to go back against what everyone else does. Your like master's degree, as it were, would be our high school education level.
Yeah, I know.
That's the kind of levels we're different with. So when someone says, "I've got a master's,"
Yeah.
he goes, "Yeah, I left school. I went to school as well." It doesn't mean anything because
you could just become an artist.
So two things I want to say before two things I want to say before we start the video back up is everybody look this up and don't take my word for it, but I heard the other day that only 8% of college graduates know that the Civil War was started because of slavery.
And
only 8% know why the Civil War started.
And only 4% know actually where the other countries are.
I feel like me and Slim have to say this like every episode. We're just like, we're so sorry about Americans.
Luckily,
it's not our fault. We're sorry.
Luckily for me, luckily
and it's
for
like
me,
so fucking effed like that we're out here like kind of outliers of society in a way, but like we see the ridiculousness and it's like we're really sorry about that, everybody.
You had the blue pill or the red pill. You either had education or religion.
Yeah,
I had both.
I'm not taking any. And they said, I'll do my own thing. We're the greatest nation in the world.
I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna freestyle out here.
Yeah. But
and then the
freestyle and get lost though, can't you?
And the other thing I want to say right before we start this again is nobody is teaching critical race theory, and everybody who is on the right is flipping their shit over it, and it's not even being taught yet. So what the heck are you crying about yet? Until we start actually.
You're like 200 years behind.
I like watching or even interacting with the people that are flipping out, because when they say certain words, obviously you can just point it out and be like, you clearly have not even looked into it. You didn't even Google it for a second, because I did just for a second. I'm not a scholar or anything, but basically it says, the United States based a lot of its laws on, racism, and we have to understand that so we don't do it in the future and we don't perpetuate that kind of stuff. And it's just a better understanding, and go ahead.
It's making humanity better by fixing the problems that we have in the past. It is not saying white people are bad, although old rich white men are fucking horrible. But they're not. That's not what it's actually saying in teaching it. What it's trying to say is, hey, let's all get along, because in the Americas, it is the melting pot. Right? We should all be getting together and all being like, oh, your religion celebrates this holiday. Let's celebrate it. Oh, your religion does this. Oh, your culture does this. Your culture does that. Let's all celebrate everybody's culture together and have fun and get together and party. It's all about partying. That's what the melting pot.
You have
that's
people
the biggest
that you have
bummer about
people that are against it. It's like
Yeah.
the Royal Rifle Association.
One of the
That's
best
the biggest
things
bummer about being American. Like, at some point, like we all miss the point.
You don't, like you don't. But the thing is, because that's how you were taught. So you weren't taught to go look for any more information about it, and you're the result of your own doing. And it's a hard situation to get around or turn back. But you can't. You try and change anything about an American's lifestyle or their beliefs, and they'll wage war on you. And
we're
they're
totally
not willing. They're not willing to negotiate or listen to their mistakes.
I found out recently, like, and I know I can't compare this to like racial stuff because that's not my story, but like the whole like women's suffrage, there's still not something included in the Constitution that like specifically protects women.
Yeah, because even like
we can vote and stuff.
Are luxury.
But like
that's a luxury.
There's nothing that specifically protects us still, and that's kind of scary because there's different congresswomen and men that have been fighting for that for a long time, and it's just like and I'm not a feminazi. I'm not into man shaming, but it's just like,
you've got one guy in charge, and you've got 28 other countries that do have those things in place, and it wouldn't be very difficult to look at it and go, "Oh, I agree with that," and then implement it. It's because you've got so many different states that are doing their own thing and either agree or not to agree to it. It's impossible to get stuff to go starting.
I honestly
not agreeing.
I honestly think like I was gonna make the point on Ciara, like I'm literally like the average American. I'm at like, I don't know, $30,000 a year. I'm 31 years old, 6 foot, brown hair, brown eyes, white male, veteran. That's awesome. I don't think I could be like more at the fucking center of the bell curve.
You're a veteran.
I've never had like, I know what you're saying about like, I've never been able to talk on like racial issues or anything like that. So it's important for someone like me to really sit down and like listen when people actually have something to say. So that's what I try to do, and I didn't do that in the past because I was just like, yeah, whatever, I'm a fucking little jackass.
Yeah.
But
and thank you for that. Like that's really the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
The fact that you joined the army or the military is why you've got that sense of that the way you see the world, because you've been opened up to it.
Right.
And
exactly.
not many people get that experience, so therefore they will not open up to something they don't know or seen or even believe that exists.
One of the best things about joining the army was actually going and seeing new cultures, and the greatest part about it is trying their food. You get to get a bunch of different food. Hell yeah. I think we can all agree on that. If you go to a different place,
then you go add like shit salt on it.
Speaking of which,
I mean, don't be an asshole about it, but like I'm fairly polite when if I come to your house, I'd be more than happy to bring food for us. I'll pay for it. But
I don't know if you still have the link, Slim, to my food pages. I've been cooking a lot. Well, since before quarantine. And this is so cute. My roommate got me this as an early birthday present.
Nice.
It's like prison recipes, and not to negate anyone's time if you've been in prison, but it's just
one toilet.
I just really like the idea behind it, like the whole plate chef, using what you have.
That's fucking awesome. That's great. I love it.
Yeah, and I've always wanted to try that, like Dorito, where you crunch up the ramen and it's Doritos and you make it into a loaf or something.
Ooh, is it the prison casserole?
Yeah.
That sounds
you could have like a shepherd pie kind of thing.
Check out my food pages because I cook a lot too.
We talked about it.
Yeah, I love me some cooking, and I want to start like cooking as videos or streams to show people what I cook, but I need lighting, and I am not in a position to like
Literally, so what I'm using now, I'm upstairs, so I have like a little bit of natural light. It's kind of shifting right now, so it's little, that's why I keep adjusting. But literally, I just got this like $40 ring light off Amazon. I don't remember the brand. I'll look it up.
That's a little off my.
But that's really all you need.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in a kind of a shift right now.
Yeah, but if you're using the kitchen, you can even more.
And I'm just now learning it to edit like videos and stuff.
Right.
But just I would say like even if you just take pictures of what you make, just put it near a window, like in natural lighting. Maybe pump up the brightness or not the brightness,
but if you
brilliance or the
it
saturation.
will look fake, and it doesn't. With food, because I used to be a chef. I used to be a chef before the army, and with food, if you try and make it look too fake, it looks, because the first taste is always done with the eyes, and if it looks too good, then it will be fake, because advertising companies do the same.
Yeah,
I try to shoot for the middle. That's my suggestion. If you're wanting to share your food, like that's a good place to start.
Well, I felt
like just putting it in the window and taking just pictures with my phone. And
I have a whole like channel in my Discord about food for people to post their food, and I made meat the other night, and it's not that great because it was a little off.
Meat,
but
it's meat. If you don't make it,
I made meat too.
Well,
when you kill the person and you cut them, never mind, that's different.
You have a different processing.
I ate some stew meat just laying around, and I had no idea what to do with it, and I was streaming, plus I had to cook it, so I was like, and I just sort of threw something together, and now I gotta do something else with it because it needs a lot. It definitely needs some salt for fucking sure. I fucked it up.
Please, thank you very much.
Just maybe mix it with some ketchup and French fries. Give it to my neighbor.
You just ruined every meal. There are so many more flavors.
You lost us.
I know. I don't know. I don't even know.
You lost the snobs.
I don't even know how to.
Okay, sorry.
What I did to that, but
sorry.
But
reel it in.
But yeah, my bad. I was just saying I have a food channel because I love to cook. I just don't have the money or the time for the lighting and to do that because I've been off streaming for like a week.
Progress.
So
what we favor and don't eat French food.
So what both of you do, Sierra and Lizard, you put the link in the side chat, and then we all go check that out later. Okay. So if you could. Sierra, if you don't find the link, I'll find it in a minute when we start playing the video. But yeah, just put the links in the side chat.
I haven't been super active on my YouTube, but I'll send you my food Instagram.
Yes, there's echo. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
So there you go. I put it in the side chat.
But what you say before you try world food, you need to go to the actual place where you get it from. Don't think like, so if you go to a French restaurant in America or anywhere, don't think that's how it is, because it's not. It's two different things. If you want to make your opinion on a food from that country, then go to that country. Do not go to sorry,
get an insider.
Or go there yourself, because there's nothing better than eating it yourself and then going, what should I be feeling right now? Should I be feeling this? How about you just go get a fork and try it?
No, you're right. I'm just teasing.
But you don't take that as your first opinion. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, definitely.
Two different.
All right, World's Fair.
Chalk and cheese.
Yeah, definitely. So here we go.
Okay.
On a quiet Paris side street, you'll find the offices of the Bureau of International Expositions, a world treaty organization established in 1928 to promote expo order and organization. 20 months after the close of Hanover's Expo 2000, a letter arrived here. The letter, signed by Secretary of State Colin Powell, announced the United States' official withdrawal from the BIE, the equivalent of pulling out of the International Olympic Committee. For the United States, more than a century of Great American Pavilions and Great American Fairs had come to an end. Throughout its history, the World's Fair has been the place Americans have gone to look into the future. This is where technology and innovation have made their debut before the masses. The power of the steam locomotive, to the magic of television, to the wonder of the robot, to communications advances that have revolutionized the way we live.
See,
It all happened first at the World's Fair.
I was just going to say, when I think of a World's Fair, this is what I thought of. It's just a technology display.
Yeah, but it's
And
do you want to buy our circuit boards? What's a circuit board? I'll tell you. You then progress.
We do have stuff like that, but it's a lot more. I mean, it's a lot more. I guess like compartmentalized is probably a good word.
Your
And
in-house version, you?
Yeah, and it's private.
Cheaper is not so much better.
It's privatized too, so you don't actually get to see everything. Plus, like they said, they pulled out of whatever organization that was. So it's like, of course, we don't get to see, technology from Germany and Lithuania and Africa and wherever around the world.
Case, was it? It wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to keep you up to speed at the same as everyone else. It's like some things aren't ready to be in your country because they need to be adapted, or But then you're still aware that it's a thing that may be coming in. But since that's gone, you've had to rely on in-house stuff and the bigger people who make money pick and choose what to show you, and you don't get to, unless you are one of those people that will go out and look and will find it interesting, then you're not going to know. And the whole point of this was so it was every country has a chance to makes a bit of money, and then you could okay, we've got these circuit boards you can buy. Oh, we've got these cars. Do you want to buy them? Yes, and they both win. You see, so you got an income and an outcome.
Like real, a whole lot better for us, especially right now.
But
real democracy. Yeah. Never mind.
But the thing is,
yes,
it's not the first thing that you've.
Well, it's a shame that
pulled out, since it's going to hurt you the same way.
Of course, like you guys were saying, we can now we have the internet. You can learn everything, but I don't know. I think there's just a different feel. It's
more than YouTube and Facebook.
It's like the difference. Okay, so
distracted on the internet.
Hands-on is way more fun than watching.
Yeah,
definitely.
So going and seeing a display is way better. Like going and see a fetish scene in a dungeon is way funner than watching the YouTube video, the red tube or the me porn or whatever you watch. I don't know what porn site you watch.
But then, I suppose traveling for Americans is quite a lot of more expensive because you're literally on the other side. For the Europeans, it's on our doorstep, as it were.
Yeah,
so it's ease of access.
But if you had 5 world fairs throughout the country, then you could facilitate almost everybody.
And you would have had.
But I agree on the point. Yes, we have the information at our fingertips, but there's something about a hands-on experience that you can't buy. For example,
type of hands-on experience.
So
the robots
Craig was
at 5,000
teasing
isn't the same as the girlfriend.
Booking a massage with a stranger. Well, it's someone that's not him, even though he has a certification in Chinese medicine or some shit. I don't know how that works. And I'm it's not the same as having the whole experience and listening to Enya and having candles, or just I know this is another girly comparison, but I usually go to a lot of yoga. And of course I do it at home, but it's just not quite the same. I go there for the communal energy and the encouragement and the vibe. When I'm just doing it at home by myself, even if I get really into it, it's just not, you need that that interface.
But basically,
I think that's really important to keep intact.
Yes,
hands-on.
But the Americans have made the mistake that everyone in the world's made by saying, "Oh, that's everything we need to know. We've learned everything."
Yeah,
and then close the doors. But
and we can say the same about live performance too. That's why I haven't performed online.
But
I just can't do it. It's not. It feels like nothing.
You know, it's not the first time that American and the South American side have cut their nose off to spite their face. It's because they think they can do better. It's not about doing better. It's about that constant flow of changing upgrades or what is available, who's doing what, you know, that constant trading. But it's the second time they've done it, and the second time it ends up biting them in the ass.
The thousandth time they've done it.
I mean, that major, like they did the not the Paris Agreement, and they did this one, and basically we'll do it on our own, or you know, we're better off alone. But it's not about who's being better or worse. It's you are one planet. You are
collaboration. Everybody getting together. Okay, let's watch a little bit more.
Called of all things the century of progress. And right across the 1930s, amidst the worst economic times the country had ever seen to date, you have World's Fairs in Chicago, you have them in Dallas.
I wish men still dress like that.
You have a small one in Cleveland, you have them in New York, and
they're really old souls.
Around Treasure Island.
Yeah.
On an island in the middle of San Francisco Bay, you can still find the remains of
Just
one of
real
America's
quick,
great
if you're a
pre-war
dude and you're not feeling great about your body and you put on a suit and a hat like that, you're gonna feel sexy and you're gonna look sexy.
It doesn't matter how you feel. Yeah.
Just saying.
Just wear a
What
suit.
was here is lost to the wind, to the waves, to history. But one grand building remains, as well as a handful of people who remember the magic of what was known as Treasure Island.
It was still a thrill to cross the Bay Bridge, and then to circle down on the island and come to this quite magical place. Was impressive even for a 10, 11-year-old, which was when the first year I saw the fair. I couldn't get enough of it. The fair was beautiful to look at. The flowers were wonderful. The pre-war smogless sunshine was beautiful, bright. The fountains were terrific. The buildings were exotic. And then there were all the exhibits. And no matter where you went, where you moved, there was something to learn. People had the illusion that they knew everything after they'd gone to a World's Fair.
Yeah.
That's why everyone that is now saying it's America and then the rest of the world. They've lost touch. Not so much in a bad way. They've just lost touch in what they were doing, you know, previous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go with this.
America goes to war.
This will be interesting. I didn't know we were going to go into this. I forgot about the 30s. Oops.
I forgot about the 30s.
The
worst time in the planet.
crap.
And you
To the
forgot.
World's Fair heyday of the 1930s.
I tried to forget about it, you know.
America waited out World War II's last 10 hours. The victory flash electrified Times Square, keyed to the bursting point as the magic word of complete surrender came through. It was the long-awaited moment, and the lid was off. Unparalleled were the scenes as multitudes surged around Miss Liberty, throwing restraint to the winds.
The war ended in 1945. It would be 13 years before the next Great World's Fair. And when it opened, it opened to a...
It didn't really end. It just moved on to a different stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old military industrial complex.
Sadly, the only thing I can compare it to is I feel bad that this is the first thing that I thought of, other than Burning Man, but no one wants to hear about that. Is Epcot Center. I went when I was a teenager, like an angsty teenager, you know, in that phase when you super hate your parents. Plus, my stepmom was going through menopause, and that was scary.
Oof.
Girl.
You were a teenager? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but wasn't that
they
like
brought us at the
either one
wrong
of
time. Oh my
every
god.
woman in the room?
I had bought a t-shirt that my mom thought was too small, and she yelled at me, and one of her pupils was way bigger than the other, and I told her that because she was like right up in my face, and I was like,
bitch is crazy, man.
She is crazy. We're not that close. I mean, she is a nice lady, but those were scary times. Like, you have two angsty teenagers and a menopausal wife, and now we're going to Disney World.
I don't know what are.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I really liked
I've heard of
Epcot
it,
Center. And of course, it's like a caricature of like all the different like lands. But
It's not an up-to-date.
so I kind of like me and my brother kind of paired off, and he wasn't really interested, and he just all he wanted was cigarettes and to not be there. But he was like, all right, I'll hang out with you so I don't have to hang out with mom and dad. And they did have like actual historical facts like about each country, because it's like a circle, and it's like, here's Japan,
Yeah, but that's not what the World Trade Fair was about.
You know,
it was about what's up and coming.
and then they had this one about like the future of farming, hydroplaning stuff that I thought was really cool. And my brother fell asleep. Well, so they actually, this is actually super cool if you haven't been to Disney World.
No.
I don't know if it's still there. So they have this like they bring you through this history of farming, a hydroplane farming thing, and they actually grow a lot of the vegetables that they use. Well, they say that at Disney World there, and I was like, this is fascinating, and it smells really good, and the air feels really fresh. And I was like, Aaron, isn't this great? And he's like, that was the most boring thing I ever did. Like, well, we're in the shade and you got to take a nap. But like, that's the only thing I can compare it to. And like, how sad that like this went away. Cause how cool would that be? Like, oh my gosh, I would have a field day.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not how it played out, is it?
Yeah,
and unfortunately, that is the mentality of most teenagers. I was like, oh, it's boring. And there's no.
Well,
there's no get up
we
and
were
go.
just mad at our parents, and we didn't want to be around them. And
Yeah, I think everyone goes for that stage.
yeah.
I mean,
well, and
there's a certain age where you don't try and educate a teenager because it's not going to.
Well, and so originally the idea was to like spend a couple days at Disney World, which we were just like too old to be over it or too old to be into it. So all we wanted to do was like the haunted house. Oh, I did do the Twilight Zone ride with my dad, which everyone else hated us for that. We were like, Twilight Zone. But the idea was everyone gets to pick what they do the other days. And I picked to go to an alligator farm, but they had like an animal sanctuary too. And everyone was like, whatever. But everyone had fun. Like, it just was the wrong time. Like, I was 14. He was 16. We were getting into smoking and hating our parents. Mom was going through menopause. Dad was stressed out. And he got us this condo. He's like, oh, there's a full kitchen. We can cook our own meals and all this stuff. Like, we don't need this much space. And why are we cooking? We're on vacation, like, so we're gonna buy groceries and cook our own meals. It was just the wrong time. Like, why didn't you bring us when we were little kids? Also, we're much closer to Disneyland. Like, we could have just gone to California.
Yeah, it's a little. So I don't know. It seems a little off-brand.
Off-brand.
I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I get
that.
But
my point is, like, that's the only thing I did appreciate. Like so my dad and I are more into the science side of things and history, and I really appreciated that they at least kind of tried, and it was more like an educational part of the park. You know, being that age. Like, oh, this is cool. And there's like food from around the world, that's like semi-accurate. And the thought of going somewhere where it's like actual, like that, but actual. You know what I mean?
It was actually stimulating.
Yeah.
Well, actual, like that it's the real thing.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Would be amazing.
Seeing that, it stimulates your mind to want to go to the place to be there. So you want to learn more about it and be like, oh, I want to prepare myself to be there. So I want to learn about the culture. So you sit there and you watch the dancers or check out the I don't know, whatever happens in whatever country / station you're kind of at. But unfortunately, that's the Epcot is kind of what happens when you privatize the World's Fair.
Oh, totally.
It's so small and it's so much much less. It's watered down.
Even locally, like, Slim and I we've done the county fair for so long, and now they've kind of defunded it. And the last time that we did it, I remember I was on break and they had these kids that had been studying Mexican traditional dance come in, and I just happened to see them. And you could tell a lot of the kids were like, oh, I'm forced to doing this, but they still did it. And it was still super cute and beautiful. And I thought it was awesome.
That reminds me of I can't remember what the name of the group was, but it was like an African dance group. And they came to the family was local and they did these performances, but I never went to one outside of the school because they always did them in the school. So why go elsewhere? And it was like basically, sorry, I'm trying to think of the name, but it was since I grew up in an area that was not predominantly African American, or I kind of hate using that term, but anyway,
no,
it wasn't predominantly African American and whatnot. So, but there was a large majority, and since there was like it's Ohio, there's still residual systemic racism, and you want these children to learn about their culture, and this is elementary school, and I can't remember what, but I always look back on it and I was just sort of like, why do I have to sit on this hard floor? Why can't I let me sit at the lunch table and face this direction instead of like on the floor? That's all I ever got from it. But looking at this, I'm like, that was actually like that seems like a actually really valuable thing now, because you wouldn't have that.
I love these guys.
Me too.
Sorry.
But you wouldn't you wouldn't
They're
have
both
that.
really cute too.
Keep going.
No, I feel you. Yeah. Like where I grew up, our neighborhood was like mostly Mexican and Sikh, like Indians.
Okay.
And a little bit of poor white people. And then coming to Denver, and it was more black people than I was used to, but I didn't care. I didn't think it was a thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But it was less racist.
You didn't.
I was like, this is nice.
You didn't think black people were a thing?
Well, no, I just like
black people now are a little more racist than white.
Well, in my neighborhood, it was mostly brown people.
I don't
know if you can call them brown people. I think they have. Is it?
Well,
they have to be called colored, or they can't. They can't.
No.
I know, but they.
It was mostly Mexican and Indians.
I don't know what the right term is.
I don't really care.
There wasn't as much. There wasn't a lot of white or black people. It was mostly brown people.
Yeah. Well,
I grew up in San Diego. That's all I have to say. I don't have to say anything other than I grew up in San Diego.
Put me in the middle of that sandwich. Wow.
Yeah.
I have such a big crush on both these guys. Shout out to Rhett and Lee. Good mythical morning.
Ask to be on. Maybe they'll find this at some point.
Probably not. They might. I don't know.
You never know.
They're both married.
I'm here. I'm just listening.
I really like them.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So, hello, Mama. Thank you for joining us.
Hi. Thank you for inviting me.
Is it Globe or is it Globe with
yes.
your father?
God's her father. And I mean, never mind. No.
Yes.
Is it Globe or is it Miss Mum?
Whatever you want to call her, right?
Mother of the entire globe, so I'm Globe or Mom. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's how it works.
Mommy of all of us. Yes.
Yeah.
I need a mom.
No.
Oh yeah, that's true, huh? Which God?
My favorite MILF. Okay, and speaking of that, let's just start the video.
I only have one MILF.
Uh-oh.
I can't hear.
What's going on, Globe or Mom? Sorry, I had to stuff my face.
Oh, no problem.
It's a long day.
Not a problem.
This is an old video. Their hair is better now. They're so cute.
His hair was longer now, I think.
No, we can't hear it.
They both have better. Link's hair is bigger, and Red's hair is like long and like.
Yeah, the guy with the glasses, his hair is a little more gray. My daughter watches.
I have such a big crush on them.
My daughter watches this, so yeah.
I don't even know who they are.
They're funny.
Yeah, I like the international foods. I love it. It's one of my favorite episodes or series they do.
I like watching Good News. Everyone seen that?
Good News.
Someone called Cody Johnson. He basically has a stream on. He's got like it just goes and basically does the week events and it just screams at the camera.
Okay.
And it's quite funny, quite interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I click the right buttons to make the audio come through,
Yeah, that does help a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No. Different tricks. He blew
I hear
out
'em.
candles. But listen,
I can do
we
that.
actually have video footage of this. Believe it or not, taken by Thomas Edison at the World's Fair in Paris in 1900. But ironically, there's no sound. So Eddie put his own sound.
Oh my god.
Let's watch.
So watch this.
Oh no.
Of his
That's a horn. Yeah. Okay.
You say we can hear this in
He's a
Mexico?
fartist.
What's up with the fart cone?
He's a fartist.
He's farting into a fart
Yeah,
cone.
he's a fartist.
Was that level
He's
Earth
got a store
Observer?
for later.
Strain
Dentist.
2. I did get heard
Okay,
of.
wait, hold on. Let's everybody say your jokes. Let's hear everybody's jokes.
Okay, I actually do have to
That
pee
joke
once
stinks.
more. Sorry.
No, go for
Craig-
it. Go for it.
Craig took me to brunch this morning, so I'm full of
And not
I'm
just
full of
that.
everything.
Yeah, no, you need to go relieve yourself before because you're gonna piss yourself laughing if you don't do that now. Everybody, if you gotta pee, go fucking Riley now because you're gonna piss yourself watching this. I can guarantee. And then after this, we're gonna look at the Wikipedia listing of Sideshow acts and Circus and whatever anybody wants to look at. Or what the panel and the side chat wants to look at, we will go over. And if we want to see videos from that, we'll go over that. If people are still willing to be on here, most of us are Americans here, so I think we can be on here for a little while. But again, it matters on how deep we want to go. I do want to get into them faking the sword swallowing in a video I found. Because I want to disprove that. There is a magic trick that they use a fake sword that will show, and then I will go over how a real sword swallower swallows a sword.
Well,
Because
okay.
I hate the magic trick. There's a magic trick that people do, and they're faking swallowing, and it's horrible.
I hate those
that
fuckers.
people.
You fake
I hate fake swallowing. Yeah, no, me
Fake
too.
swallowing.
You know, when they just want to like lick the tip, and they don't want to put it all the way in and gag and I'm sorry.
It's like when you want to have a soda, but you want the artificial sweeteners. No. You got to go for the sugar. Okay, you want the real stuff. Okay.
Yeah, because all the adding is extra additives that gives you other problems.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't fake it. Just swallow it to the balls. Swallow it to the hilt.
And remember, everyone, there's always time for lube.
and lubrication. And if we're going to have a PSA on this show, remember, ladies and gentlemen, lubrication is your best friend. Your partner will thank you later. All right, there's my PSA.
Unless you're me, then you're like, it's a massive over-exaggeration.
I'm not kink shaming. If you're into no lube and to dry humping or dry insertion, hey, I'm not going to
blood's
say
the best lube.
Yeah, well,
it
matters on wait. It matters on
Depends
how
whose
old the
blood
blood
you
is. If
Depends
it's
who's
old
using it.
blood, then it's kind of gel. Never mind. We'll talk about
How
that
old?
later.
How old's the
It's not
person
gel.
you've just
I don't
been-
know
How old is
gel
old?
the right
You know.
term.
It turns into jelly. It kind of gets coagulated, and so it's
It turns into dried paint.
so.
It depends what part of the what part you got it from because you get
I don't want to
stuff.
live on this planet anymore.
Neither do I, man. Get the fuck out of here.
How do you think I
God, GTFO, man, GTFO.
Can we just watch Rat and Link because they're very cute?
Okay. Besides me telling you how I know it turns into gelatin, we'll get into the video. We'll talk about that later.
There's a gelatin phase. It's not important.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Edgar Parker decided to turn his practice into a one-man circus. He put his dental chair in a wagon and took it from town to town, and he would show up, people would line up, and he would pull their teeth for 50 cents while music played and everyone else watched.
Well, that's better than the normal dentist experience. It's so clinical. I'd rather be out in the open with a band playing.
And he was farting. No, he wasn't. But he did string up the teeth that he pulled on a necklace.
Oh, and
that
that's even better. I want my dentist to have other people's teeth on them.
Like a serial killer.
Look at how ugly. Wait. Just to show everybody, look at how horrible all of those teeth were that he pulled. Look at that, and he has that. He has that around his neck. And there's
who knows? Like maybe he was like offering his services to like poor people or like someone down and out that had like a hurting tooth.
Those are healthy teeth.
That is not why I have a problem. The problem I have is that he strung them around his neck and he's breathing in this bacteria that is coming off all of those teeth. It is not that he helped all these people. It is that he did that.
I guess I doubt this happened. He could have coated them in resin.
We could have broken them up for a black circle.
I doubt he actually did that.
20 or every 10 to
But like, who knew about that shit back then?
Think about this.
Yep.
He's traveling around in a wagon.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to be wearing that thing if he's not in town, right?
So you're right.
It's going to be sitting in his wagon, rattling around, and he's going to be taking it off with his hands and putting it on before he does the surgery. And then he goes and does the surgery, putting all of those teeth into that person's mouth.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
By making more revenue because they're going to need more teeth put in.
Oh yeah,
cross
get them on the way back.
I've eaten fart-smelling dead mealworms, and that still disgusts me.
Oh, wait.
Not on purpose.
That's how I first got.
It's a long story.
But you did.
Okay, Julian.
It wasn't that bad.
Can you imagine?
It was that bad.
It wasn't that bad. It's only it wasn't.
But I didn't
because
mean
it's
to.
experience.
Can you imagine sitting in this guy's chair about to get your teeth pulled, and he like leans over to get a good grip, and they just go slap right into your gullet?
I'd literally rather pull out my own tooth.
But back then, that kind of hygiene wouldn't have put them off because it wasn't.
No, that's true.
Big, so that wouldn't have been.
He's totally. So like the Great Wizard, like.
But look at those teeth in the middle.
When he has the little wagon and he's selling the snake oil and all the shit. This is based off this guy, probably.
Some of them are quite good pulls. They've got both roots.
No. Like, these ones are really awesome.
Yeah.
But look at these.
Do teeth decay like over time, like outside of the mouth?
No, they wouldn't. No.
They would decay, but it's a slow way. It's like it's about.
So all of the.
Oh yeah, like bones. Okay, that makes sense.
So
if you really want to decay it, put it in Coca-Cola. By the next morning, it'll be gone.
So what makes cavities?
Probably grows the civilization.
Fact of the day.
It's
moisture and bacteria.
But it's what are the thing? There's a couple of things that they say that make the actual cavities that eat into your tooth. Not plaque, but it's the other little bugs.
It's the stuff.
The wearing of enamel.
Is it cock piercings? Don't they have any batter against your teeth? They break.
I'm actually due for a dentist appointment, so can we not talk about it?
Sure.
It's nothing serious. I'm just like.
Well, one and the same.
But imagine if that guy looked like the guy from the Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
The dentist from that guy.
Yeah.
I'd be happy for people.
Let's just look at the cute
I would
face
go
of
to
the
this guy.
Bradley.
He's still around?
Colonel Sanders
Entertainment and
serially
the
killed
Is he
chickens.
still in practice?
Okay, let's
No,
get
he
on.
died in 1952.
Oh, just missed that one.
No word on whether it was painless or not.
Okay. Haji Ali was known as the amazing regurgitator. It is
I've heard of this
exactly
guy.
how it sounds.
Yeah.
He threw stuff
Every
up.
like
This
teenage
guy
girl
would
is
drink
like
a
this
lot of
up
water.
and coming rival.
I saw the
What's the
same.
name?
Sorry. I saw the same act on Jay Leno when I was a younger man, and it was a Scottish guy that could throw up
Different colors.
well, he could regurgitate different letters at a time to spell out certain words.
I
So you
think
like
I saw the
wow.
same one. I think I saw that
Yeah.
because he had.
I've
didn't he
only
have,
ever
like, extra
seen
equipment. They
like
actually
Lady
used
Gaga
to-
sponsored
Yeah,
this
I have no idea.
chick
Like
that
a
was an
circus
artist
or-
that she would just like drink like colored soy milk like really
then
fast
then
and
make a dress out of it.
And then
no, just like
Just
it wasn't
wore,
even
like,
letters
a
or
neat-
anything. She
yeah,
would
but the
just
thing is,
flash
she
it
just-
up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She would look at something that's not supposed to be a dress and make one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Half a
totally.
cow. Oh, excellent.
So let's fashion. So let's watch, and I'll let you know how this worked when we get past when they talk about it.
And then he would
As long
projectile
as it's not
vomit it
free,
out like a water hose. But the
demonstration.
highlight of his act came when he would drink kerosene and water and somehow separate them. You have to just see this guy in action. First thing he does, let's go ahead and roll the tape. He's burning this birdhouse or something.
Why you gotta
with
burn
his-
a birdhouse,
with
Haji?
his kerosene. So this is just pure kerosene. And he's like wiping himself off so he doesn't get any backdraft.
to
You know,
always-
the little
Kerosene
kerosene
oil
backdraft
base, so
that
it's,
happens.
it's safer
Cool,
than
man.
petrol.
Look at those sunglasses.
So, oh, it's getting really, really hot in here. Let me get to
You
my
wouldn't do that with
water
petrol.
hose part. Whoa! Look at that, Blake. And that's not some sort of
keeps
trick.
going.
It's not a trick. That's from his actual belly.
Gullet. Whoa!
I know how
Talk
he
about
did it.
volunteer firemen.
Too easy.
Is he thought of his first love, and then he just look.
He keeps it all up. Yeah.
Or your neighbor's like love affair. Like, oh my god, he's so disgusting. What do you
Okay,
have?
So,
either it's
what
an
is-
elaborate trick, or he's filled up the bottom part of his stomach
No.
with the water, and then
There is something you can drink that
filled
will
up
purge
his
you.
mouth with the
Hold on.
kerosene.
I know exactly how he's doing it.
Salty water will
Yeah.
purge you.
Okay, I don't
He's-
know.
He's taking in the water and the kerosene in a certain mix, so that when he's spitting it out the first time, it's coming out in a very fine mist. So the kerosene actually
So,
has
like-
a chance to burn. And then when he goes for the end of it, he's doing like a fire hose, so the kerosene doesn't go into that state, so it doesn't have enough surface area to burn, and there's too much water
Yeah,
to be in
and it's
there, so it
also-
eventually just goes out. It's like
'Cause-
if you put too much. If you have hot coals and you shoot a bunch of lighter fluid onto them, it's not gonna ignite unless you like put a flame to it, and then it will because the fumes will be there.
But it's
Know what I'm
also
saying?
because kerosene's oil base, so oil and water never mix. They will always separate.
Yeah.
So it's guaranteed
So-
to have
Shit,
two
I'm
different levels.
retiring.
So there's
What do I know?
It's like if you have like diesel or kerosene, you can chuck that onto a. It needs a flame to start. It basically won't start with a spark or heat. But anything else like petrol or like rocket fuel, all it needs is a slightly bit more heat and it will ignite. So kerosene's is safer bet because I'm pretty sure they probably the version of diesel that they had back then would have killed him.
Probably
Well-
saw it, made him sick, and
So-
He would have knocked,
Well,
knocked
and-
disease or something.
Like just for back in the day, like how impressive. Like he had to either learn this himself by trial and error, or fall into the luck of someone teaching him this, which I highly doubt. You know, because there wasn't internet. Like
Yeah. But
you
just having a
know,
basic understanding of
that's
physics could
why
be
like these stunts
Okay.
from back in this time are so admirable. It's like
yeah,
you couldn't just Google like how do I sword swallow? How does that work? You know, like, and that's actually not like in the sideshow world, not very ethical to begin with. Like, it's kind of like
It's just an outside thing.
like if you're learning to tattoo, if you want to do it like properly and traditionally, learn it from a friend. You know, like I've learned from you, I've learned from Serena, I've learned from Enigma.
So most likely what happened is somebody taught him how to breathe fire using kerosene, and he realized that it floats, and he thought, oh, if I could digest that, because there were swallowing acts at the time, that he may be able to achieve that. That's probably where the kerosene came into it, because that's what a lot of breathers were using. Not
even
eaters.
if you drank it the other way around, it doesn't matter. They'll still separate the same way.
Well, and at the time, kerosene was the least toxic out of every other type of inflammable. If you look at probably, and he's doing this in the 1920s or something.
Everything had lead in it, didn't they? It wasn't until like the 90s that they actually got rid of the lead in the fuel.
So you couldn't, so you couldn't do gasoline, you couldn't do other type of flammables. So kerosene was the only one that was safe enough for you to ingest and expel without killing yourself.
I bet you that water layer stopped your body from being poisoned.
That actually is like very smart to like.
If you put it somewhere else.
He had to have some knowledge of like human anatomy to know, like, okay, you know, the bottom plug of my stomach is here. So I need to like build a layer so this doesn't go all the way down into my system, so I can spit it back out, and then I have water under that. That's actually super smart.
I think that was some chance. I think that there's so many people that have tried acts and have died trying acts. I think he was lucky enough to try the act in the right way.
But and not to be dark, maybe at the time, like I'm sure there was a lot of people that were like, I'm either gonna make a name for myself or die, because I'll probably just die either way.
You might
well, there's the
and I know that's dark, but it was the 30s.
So I was gonna say he obviously has like a decent amount of control over his bowels, right? So he can just like spew out on command, right?
Which I've taught myself to do.
Right.
But if you've got something inside you, your body doesn't want it in there.
Well, he might also have good sphincter control. Like he might be able to like control the sphincter that goes from his stomach to what would be his small intestine or large. Yeah.
But if it's just fluid,
small
does it go the same route?
And he would be able to hold it in his stomach at least for a small amount of time, because having control over those muscles, they would be fairly weak because they only do their own thing, you know.
Well, yeah, you can isolate them, but they are connected also.
You're still gonna get
like if you learn to like tighten like from the bottom up and just like a fountain, I could see that.
Yeah, like if you ever tried to swallow your own
you're
tongue,
making me want my pipe.
Putting your own tongue at the back of your throat, that will make
okay. We've spent way too much time on this single subject.
My bad.
We need to get a little bit further past this, because you're giving me ideas, and I don't need more ideas on stuff. So here we go.
Sign him up. Now listen, Haji, I want him to live next door.
Incredibly, this guy wasn't that popular. It wasn't that popular of an act. But David Blaine has been quoted as saying this guy was his favorite magician. But David Blaine, I'm a big fan, but you haven't done anything like this. You need to like go up and like stand on a pole for like 48 hours, and then at the end of it, just turn yourself into a big fountain. And
he froze himself for.
Well, he did.
40 days.
That's going to revive your career.
He stood on a tower for that long. He just didn't do the last thing, but he did say about it.
To John Hopkins University after he died.
Good.
And they said, no thanks.
They didn't take it.
They didn't take it. We don't need a human fountain.
All right. Well, I got another one. The in-color version of Haji Ali, a professional puker from Scotland named Stevie Starr. He swallows light bulbs, balloons, nails, goldfish, and as seen on the Tonight Show,
the goldfish thing.
Pool ball.
Steve-O did that.
Money comes up.
Oh, it's this dude with no teeth. He's got no teeth.
You don't need a shirt when you're swallowing.
This is the guy I was talking about.
Yeah.
I've seen him. Yeah, I'm watching the show.
There's a guy on Venice Beach that does that too, right? That blonde
Is he the guy that was on? He was on America's Got Talent.
Yeah, but no, I
Yeah.
don't. Would he put it on that? Would you think that?
Mordecai can do it. There's a couple other people can do this act. I technically can do it, but I'm not ballsy enough to swallow a cule full. I'm not there yet.
You should try a snooker ball. They're a lot smaller.
No.
Use the American snooker because they're
I
twice as hard.
swallowed a lot of balls. I'm sorry, but thanking all the semen.
Yeah, there was
I met at the
that one
docks.
weekend in Cabo.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet he's a favourite down the docks now.
But I have not.
God knows.
I've swallowed certain things in certain sizes to train, and I have not. I can't get. I'm not there to get to a pool ball yet. Maybe one day.
Well, and that being said, I feel like sometimes I get flack for like doing Sideshow, but the one thing I don't do is sword swallowing. And yes, I've trained for it and I've made some headway, like kind of like when you were training with the hemostats and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I kind of got that far, but I just felt like yes, there is a magic. Yes, there is a
Have you ever had the urge to sneeze while swallowing a sword? I can imagine that would be fake.
Yeah.
No.
I've gotten
can you
urges to
imagine?
burp,
No, I just
fart,
kind of
everything.
felt like it wasn't. I just
Everything.
kind of felt like it wasn't for me. Like there wasn't room in my chest or something.
It's not supposed to be.
It's only on her.
So I feel like it's one of those things, and maybe it's. Oh, I'm giving my Sideshow secrets. No.
Or try something smaller, like a tablespoon.
But there's certain things certain people can do, and certain people cannot, and that's something I don't feel I can do.
Do you have to use a certain surgical still, or can it be?
No, it's just that I have a very small throat, and I've suffered from heartburn all my life, and I don't have a lot of room. Well,
I just wonder what types of.
And that's not even an excuse or anything, because don't you have a record for being like you're a small person?
I'm the smallest person in the world to swallow a 2-foot sword that's 2 inches wide.
Yeah, but you're
No,
like
you are the target.
I feel like
Human
your
target.
sinuses and your throat is bigger. I have like I don't know. I just have a different
Well,
situation. So there's like a balance between like knowing what your body can do unexplainably, because I can do some things that I can't explain, but sword swallowing isn't one of them, and that stinks because everyone's like, "Oh, so you're a sword swallower?" Like, no, but I can do this.
You're never going to find out how it's done.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going. So we can move this along a little bit more, and then we can talk about more of our personal experience.
Then he makes that noise, and it comes back up.
I don't want to be this guy's friend.
Oh, who knew that if you just made that noise, you could get a billiard ball?
You know you can't. Do not try this. It's not coming.
Really quick, I can do regurgitation acts. It's just not fun.
Come back up if you're normal.
What's
listen.
funny is
Me also.
one of the most popular videos on my channel is actually a 25-minute video that involves me throwing up a bunch.
You puking? Yeah, I know. It's on his channel.
It's got like I don't even know. I haven't checked how many
because most of your military friends have seen it and they've shared it.
Actually,
Of course. Are you sure you want your military friends to see it?
Most people I know
Actually,
haven't
they're the ones
actually
who
seen
film
it.
They would be the first person Sideshow.
I would say at least like once every couple months, I still get a comment on that video.
I'm sure you do.
Really?
Sure.
How old is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
a couple years old.
Oh no, that's like 2014. It's 7 years old.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's old. It's old.
Yeah.
Damn, David.
Just find something painful to do is once they've thrown up. Especially
Okay, well, while you all ponder about how long ago that was, let's watch a little bit more of this.
He can keep things separated down there. Watch this clip.
Now you take the sugar and it goes in.
So dry sugar. First of all, you can't swallow dry sugar that easily.
Now, but
Look at
I don't
his
know how he
tongue.
did that.
Look at his jaw.
And then
Look
he
at his
drank
jaw.
some water afterward.
Look at
by all rights,
now
it
we're
should
going
be
back.
He's holding it in his
He's
mouth,
like a
isn't he?
pelican.
So
he's got an extra
technically-
equipment. He's got like a pouch.
Well,
there, so-
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So there are like 1 out of 1,000,000 people, or 1 out of whatever, that actually have a pocket that's inside their throat, and some people can manipulate that.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
They can.
don't-
They're ducks. They can get.
But-
They can squeeze milk out of it as well.
Yeah, but I don't know if he has one. I think he took the sugar, put it under his tongue, and he
Could
drank
be.
the water without, because I've done that before.
Without the
to try
water
this
touching the sugar. Yeah.
Yeah. And even if it touches the
Yeah.
top layer, it doesn't make all the sugar melt, right? It's just
Correct.
It's
Right.
the chemistry thing, right? Just like what's his name doesn't know with the egg and the salt and the water. Never mind. We'll talk about him
But it's
later.
If you ever,
King Warrior,
had a
uh-huh.
sneezing fit or coughed, or you still had something in your mouth,
Yeah.
and you
Right.
so you had to get rid of it before the cough comes. So you get rid of the water, and then the cough's coming straight back out, and you've managed to swap them about, and they've not. I'm saying that trick, it can be done. It's just I've done it by an accident.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, I think I've died.
So what he's doing in this instance is doing that. Swallowing the billiard, he actually motherfucking did and pulled it back up, which I kind of know how to do. I just never done it with that large of an object. But when I was living with Enigma, I trained to regurgitate stuff, and it was not fucking fun. And that's why I don't like doing it on stage, because things come out with it. If you haven't eaten for like 8 hours or 12 hours,
what
I couldn't do it.
muscles
So okay,
do you
like a
turn on or
billiard
turn off
bar
to actually make that
standard
happen?
is like this, and that's the size of my throat. It's not happening. Sorry.
No. But how would you? Where would you even start to train?
I'm not a pelican.
Would you eat small? Would you try small stuff and then nothing comes back up, or then you try a bit bigger?
I've done smaller stuff like when me and Serena did the little rose thing with a surgical tube. I could do that. I've never like purposely regurgitated stuff. I could probably do something small, but
so the first way to train.
I'm still using my esophagus.
Most people are. I don't know.
Babies can have the ability to drink and breathe at the same time. But
Okay,
then-
let's just keep going to video. Let's just keep going to video.
Doing his gargle.
Hold your hand out.
Don't do it.
It's coming up.
Touch his happy trail. Oh, it's as dry as an unwatered yard.
Yes, exactly what I was.
Again, right quick, it was just under his tongue, and he didn't get to the water. And never mind, keep going.
He's a pelican.
You know, it's drought.
No, what's going on here?
He has a pocket, I think. I don't know what's going on,
In
but
the
I
shirt that he doesn't have?
No, he's got like a throat pouch, and he knows he can put stuff in there because he can swallow.
He's one of the lucky few born with a throat pouch.
He swallows a lot. He swallows an
he hits
engagement
his
ring. He
chest
swallows a key, and
before
then
he does
can,
stuff,
when he
because it probably
regurgitates up the
opens it
lock,
up.
the engagement ring is
I think
inside
it's
of
just
it.
magic.
It's in his pouch.
We'll see if you can figure this one out. This is Garrett Hengskes, known as the Invulnerable Man. This guy would impale himself with swords.
Good idea.
You have to again see this to understand what's going on. Let's watch the video.
Actually, I don't.
There he is. They pick a spot on his back, and his friend.
That look makes sense. I would look exactly like that if I was
No,
being
he's
impaled with a
meditating.
Look, and
sword.
they're just sticking it.
No!
Through.
Who does it? Is that his nipple?
Look, it comes right out. And look
Oh.
how.
Ow.
He's meditating.
Why would he do that though? So it's like an inch away from his heart, surely.
This has to be like some holistic weird shit, or he's a sociopath. Whatever.
I mean, there's if you look at the sword, it's just it's a needle. So if you
Yeah.
poke
Still,
it
that
and
goes through
you
your
have,
heart, you're dead.
well, he has all the scars on his back because they're
Oh, he
pushing it
keeps
to the
using
same
it.
Well,
place every time.
And I'm
because
sure
that
the
misses
assistant is
everything, I'm
trained
sure.
like to do it exactly to like
Yeah.
even if he did it like near the middle
Even
to
if the
go
needle
in
bit ends
between
errand going through the middle.
And
vital
I'm-
organs and stuff.
I'm sure it's meant.
Yeah, they
to,
probably
like,
know which ones to miss.
Yeah.
Because if it were like a sharp needle, he wouldn't need to lean back on it so much. So I imagine the organs just sort of move around the sword, so they wouldn't get like caught on, or less likely to get caught on. You know what I'm saying?
When you put the needle through a balloon, you put it through
The
slowly.
thickest part. Yeah, slowly.
And it doesn't burst. Maybe that's the same.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You find your point.
Same
and then
concept.
ramming it in.
Do you know what none of you have ever asked or you hadn't thought of yet? If he died from this,
he would get done for manslaughter.
So
he's probably died
He
from
won't be murdered.
malnutrition by now.
No, unfortunately, he
it is the
stabbed
30s.
in the wrong place, and he did die from this.
Oh,
But
he did?
Yeah, but
He did?
some of you are correct, where your body wants to move away from things being punctured, especially a tiny little needle. So if you had arteries and veins, the reason why you use a small gauge needle to inject people with things is because the rest of the body's going to move away from it, and you're going to get into the muscle where you want to go.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So when you're doing an IV, it can be a big needle because you're trying to get that thing into that vein, and it's going to move around, but you're trying, so the body does want to move around it. So there are 4 or 5 places, and it may not be prevalent on this video, but if you look at let me go to the thing and I'll show you with the cursor. If you look right here, see that black spot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another place that he would get the sword through. So he'll get it through here, he'll get it through here, and he'll get it through another place, which is like in his neck, I think.
Is he getting it through the same places multiple times?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
If you go back just a couple seconds to where he's showing his back, you can see the scars because they're putting it in very specific places multiple times, but they have to change it up because you can't,
You can't go through it exactly.
You can't do the same every time. You gotta let the other part heal first.
That
Yeah.
look makes sense. I would look exactly like that if I was being impaled with a
Look,
sword.
and they're just
sticking it.
I don't know.
And then even just right there, like that's a lot of scar tissue, and it is. I mean, it's hard to tell
Right.
that it's darker, but it is going through.
No! Who does it? Is that his nipple?
Scar
Look, it
tissue is
comes
harder
right
than
out.
normal skin. So
And look how impressed everyone is, Link.
Okay, and then really quick.
Well, and you'd have to go through ribs also.
Well, you can go
Yeah,
in
but-
between the ribs. That's too
But-
easy.
But do you know why his assistant grabbed the end of the sword really quick? To make sure there was not an excessive amount of blood dripping out of it, so that he hit that
Makes
scar and
sense.
he went through the same place every single time. If he would have grabbed it and would have felt liquid, he would have pulled him back, and that would have been the end of it.
Yeah.
but
Obviously they would have had to really trained on anatomy and done their shit,
Yeah.
Or he just had it done, so many times over and over again in those spots where it was, this is entry, this is exit, this is entry, this is exit.
Right.
Where-
The first time.
That's what I was saying with the scars.
But the first
I'm
time.
sorry, guys. I gotta feed my kitty. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, feed your
But
pussy.
but I see what
your
she's
cat.
saying. They would have to study where all the organs are and where everything is before they even do it the first time.
Yeah,
it's like
It's
like
not.
picking
That's
a
not a
limb.
trial and error thing you can do on the body.
Most survive.
No,
Most
yeah.
survive. Like if you were if you were going to decide where you're going to get shot or what limb to
Right.
take, you would then decide the less lethal, and those points of
Mhm.
entry,
Right.
depending on it, with a needle, are the less lethal. Unless you were to get shot in those areas, and then it will ricochet off bone and come out your neck or something.
That's a whole different story. But yeah, like right here,
Catch
not
and
where
put it
your
like
heart
that.
is over here, and like
Right.
there's a place where like sometimes they would pull out his side, even though he's a skinny dude, they'd pull out his side and they'd pierce and let it go, and it would sink back in. It would look like it's in his stomach, but it's technically
He might have
his
donated part of his
stomach.
liver because he might. If you donate parts of like liver or stuff like that, you can survive with half a liver, and then now you have that gap.
So one of the other things, right quick before Lizard says something, when you're doing body piercing, when you put something in and take something out, that will close back together again to some small extent if you use the right kind of thing, like a pin needle. If you poke it in weird places, you take it out, the body's just going to coagulate and it's going to want to try to heal. So you may hit something barely or part of something, and you're technically not going to die. The only problem is probability after 2,000 times you're going to die. You just can't keep doing that over and over again without thinking you're not going to die.
Like a bloody sieve, and you drink a glass of water and you're pissing out 60 different holes.
Yeah,
and that too.
I think I made a mistake here, boss. Yeah, me too. And dead.
Yeah. Lizard, do you want to say something?
No, I was gonna say I think you only need like 10% of a liver to actually like have a functioning liver. You obviously can't have like a full life, you know what I'm saying? You can't drink or smoke or anything like that, but I think that's like the minimum amount. I'm not a scientist.
Did you know,
but,
it's a fun fact for you, is that when you have a kidney transplant, they keep the original dead kidney in place.
Yeah.
And then you just have a row of these
I knew
kidneys.
that.
So if you get x-rayed and you're like, oh, no, just
so
there's 2 kidney transplants, you can have 6 sets of kidneys.
Right.
So instead of Skid Row, there's Kidney Row?
Yeah.
Kidney row. Exactly.
Just keep filtering. Just keep doing it.
You ever heard of it?
Remember there was only 1 here last time? I know, they keep making more.
You ever heard of horseshoe kidneys?
No.
It's basically where your kidneys they wrap around and they're connected into one.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So
yeah.
So you basically have one long kidney. And I don't
Is
know
that good luck?
I think it's really debilitating.
Okay, probably.
I don't know where they find the room.
But
Okay, sorry.
I actually have to unfortunately dip out in just a little bit because I have to cook and then I gotta go to sleep.
I've just realized the time is
Oh yeah.
gone past midnight for me.
I was gonna say it's midnight for you over there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
we've got
about.
All right, well that works.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah. I can watch a little bit more. I just have to start cooking. I have to start boiling water. That's all I have to do.
Okay.
At some point.
Do you gotta dip out, Jillian?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, thank you. Cheers. And we'll see you on the next stream.
That's all right.
Thanks,
No worries.
Julian.
Nice pleasure. Good
Yeah,
chat.
man. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, I'll see you again.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thanks a lot, Julian.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just thought of Trailer Park Boys.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Julian.
Stop being so sexy, Julian.
Yeah, Julian. All right, cheers, mate.
All right, then.
See you later, man.
Bye, Julian.
Bye.
We'll see you later, hon.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to get to this before everybody bows out. So we're gonna stop this, and we're gonna talk about something serious, which is not serious for most people, but it'll be serious for me, because I really hate when people do this, and they use magic tricks to explain Sideshow. So let me get to where I have a problem with this video, and then we'll maybe watch a little bit more. It's probably going to be last. No, that doesn't seem right. No.
Come on, close the private window.
Probably here. I don't know. That seems kind of weird, but we'll start here, and hopefully that's correct.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah, speaking of hypodermics.
That's not how it's done.
Or
is it?
Okay, so this is the
lobotomy.
Hold on.
She's not trying hard enough.
That's completely
You
fake.
can do it.
So if you want, we'll go into this.
Yeah, I'm good. Just we're trying to break up. Like Luna's been so bored. We don't let her out without supervision after her accident. So we try to break up her feeding times now if we can. So she's just like
got some activity, some stimulation.
Yeah. I feel
poor
bad.
thing. That stinks.
She's doing good though, and
good.
Like she's getting a cataract that we're watching, but she kept her eye. She has most of her sight, so we just don't trust her to be outside anymore. So she's gotten
Don't
like
blame you.
a little bit bored and gained some weight. So we have to
Aw.
baby her a little bit more. But she's old, so
Yeah.
not old, but
Oh, I love old kid. I love kitties that are older.
she's like 9, we think.
Aw, she's a sweetheart.
Hmm.
She just wants to hang out.
And indoor kitties live longer, so it's not a terrible thing.
Oh, real quick, can I share this?
Mhm.
Go ahead.
So, after we signed off last week, I was goofing around with Eric. We were just watching TV, and I was goofing around with these guys, and pretending it was watching TV with me, and I like had it over here on me, and we dozed off. I meant to put it somewhere safe. And you know when you like have a really deep midday sleep and wake up
Mhm.
disoriented?
Mm-hmm.
I woke up and it wasn't there, and I was like Luna could not eat this, and if she did, she'd be in the hospital.
Yeah.
Like there's a metal
Yeah.
thing. It's too big for her. There's chemicals, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And I was like, okay, there's a 50-50 chance I either got smart and put it somewhere out of reach right before I fell asleep, or she hid it from me. And I just couldn't find it anywhere. And just this morning, Craig found it. And it was like
Well, that's
right
good.
where I hid it
Cool.
before. It was right where I hid it from her before, because I don't have a display case or anything yet. And I felt so bad because I was so mad at Luna for a couple days.
Poor
She'd
kitty.
cuddle with me, and I'd be like, "Where's the duck? Where'd you put it?" Because like, there's no way she could eat this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad to have it back, because I felt like such an idiot for a couple days. Like, why would I do that? But that happens to me all the time. Like,
It does
I'll
happen.
think I
yeah.
lost something, but really I just like, it was so important. I hid it well enough that,
You forgot about it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Don't even get me on targeted.
Well, and
citizens.
plus
And we'll
we're in the
talk
process of moving, so like our house is a bit of a jumble more than usual.
Yeah.
So,
Have
so
you
good news.
have you done anything on targeted citizens, Lizard?
No, that's something I've avoided
You-
because it's like
Very scary. They usually have mental disorders, probably.
yeah, the thing about it is like
And we
it-
don't.
No, we all do. No, we all do. No,
We
we
all
all
do.
do. But these people.
Some
the
just more
main-
than others.
the main videos that I found on like targeted individuals have been people who are seriously suffering from like a mental illness,
Yeah.
and I don't want to exploit that person for views or anything
Yeah,
like that. So I'm not
No.
gonna put that up there. But when it's talking about like the psychology of it, I don't know if that totally would fit my channel. So it'd be something I'd watch my own time. But I know what you mean, and it's I feel like it's a
No.
more recent phenomenon, but it's
I've talked-
really, really wild.
I feel ya. Like I
I've
meant
ta-
to say
ta-
with like my prison cooking book. I've
Oh,
never been to prison. I don't want to make light. I've only
Yeah.
been to the psych ward.
Well, there's
And that's it. And it's a scary experience.
this
So
and on the same kind of track, there's this woman that I speaking of cooking, don't watch her cooking. I talk a lot of shit about her. Her name's Shani.
Watch
And-
you talking shit about her.
Yeah.
So everybody go to a Security Monitor Literature channel
Yeah.
and watch him talking shit about her making
it's-
food. Because I don't even know why they posted that.
But thank
What
you
the
for
fuck?
saying that. Like,
Dude,
as someone that like
it's-
has been to the psych ward,
Oh,
but
no.
like has like learned to, deal with things.
No.
But it's real. It's sorry, I'm just gonna like just say this because I have to.
Oh, go ahead.
I super hate that it's become trendy to be like, I'm bipolar, I have anxiety, da, da, da.
That's
Like,
kind of the person I'm talking about.
But they're
now this,
but
well, this
when it's
woman.
like, there's
Sorry,
people
go ahead.
that say it to be trendy, and then when you live with it to a certain level to where you have been in the hospital for a time, it's not funny. And I didn't mean to like make it funny, like the prison thing. So yeah, just saying.
Prison's funny if never mind. Go ahead, Lizard.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I wanted to share the link.
Yeah, share it.
What I was gonna say is the way I talk about this woman is just like when you see her, you're like, look, dude, don't shame someone for the way they look. Don't shame someone for being, overweight or anything like that. But it's not that. This is actually like a disgusting human being that has no real like the social value, and by that I mean they are a child abuser. They're lazy, and they got this way. They're neglectful of not only themselves but the people around them, and it is
using
and they are in that situation because of that. Now, if it's and I make this point several times, I'm like, if you were overweight or if you are in any other shape because of that's the way you are, and not because you just don't give a shit about yourself or anyone else, then there's no problem with that. Go on. I'll help you live your life to the fullest. But if you're a neglectful asshole and you're just scummy to everyone, you're gonna get the cannon fodder. And that's more my focus. But
No
security.
I'm not even as a girl, I'm not offended at all. Like, I mean, I've had my share of. Every girl has like their criticisms and whatever. And I find it sad, like some of my friends that are bigger than me, I see what they go through. And even the ones I stand up for and encourage them and whatever, I see how much they feel like they have to overcompensate, even to the point of being kind of mean.
Right. And
that sucks.
And I've known a lot of people, even especially in the Army, who are really self-conscious about their weight because, I mean, in the military, you have to be fit to a certain point, and those people end up catching a lot of flack. But the one place you'll never catch that flack is in the gym, and it's wild because there's this stigma of like going to the gym, someone's gonna like poke fun at you for being this, not being able to lift this much. But the most anybody's going to say to you is, are you almost done? Or it basically, are you almost done with that machine?
Can I have that machine now?
Yeah. Or
Well,
hey,
I say all the time, like
hey, you're
Slim's
about to hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Are we the same size? Well, you're skinnier than me, but are we the same?
About
shorter?
We're
about the same size, but he's like skinnier than me. But he's so strong. Like, what the frick?
I'm probably in Slim's boat where like I'm only probably without clothes. I'm probably only 160 pounds, 155 pounds or so. But I on average on a daily basis, I probably move around 2,400 pounds by hand without like a machine.
Oh wow.
So
yeah.
So
Slim, I bet you weigh the same because you're so freaking dense. I don't think I could pick you up anymore. This was years ago when I was a lot fitter, and we tried to do this. We planned a dance number where I was going to pick him up, and that was probably not my fittest, but I was a lot more fit than I am now, and I was still like. Ugh.
Yeah. I've had my throughout deployments, that's when I was at my biggest, and right now I probably couldn't bench or lift too much in the gym.
Yeah.
But
But
when I
size, you're right. Size doesn't matter. Like, oh my
Right.
gosh, one of Craig's old army buddies, unfortunately, she died.
Oh, sorry.
She was not much bigger than me, like a bit more muscular, but about my size.
Yeah.
And him and I were on one of our first few dates, and she came along, and we got back to the house, and they started wrestling. And at the time, I was really into girls wrestling more. And I'm bi, so I was like,
okay.
And she was,
Okay.
and
Of course.
so
See what's
Craig's
going
like
on.
a huge dude. Well, Slim, back me up. You know him. You've met him.
Yeah.
And she was holding her own. And I was like, this is the hottest thing I've ever seen.
Understandable.
So, it's all in what you got. Like, I mean, I'm not that strong, but I'm strong in my own ways.
Almost any unit you go to in the military, there's always that one guy that's like 140 pounds soaking wet, but he'll throw down whoever just because he's been doing combatives and Muay Thai his entire life, and is just really efficient with their strength. And it's just like you can't underestimate people, and it goes in the opposite direction, because there's been big, what we would
Like
call
meatheads? Bears?
like a fat body, like a heavier set person or an overweight person. And it's just like, don't underestimate them, because they're working extremely hard.
Oh,
And
yeah.
people, one of the things you have to do for a PT test in the U.S. Army is if you can't do the 2-mile run, you can do a 2.5-mile walk, and you have 36 minutes to do the 2.5-mile walk. And you can't lift, like, one foot has to be in contact with the ground at all times, and you have to continuously be moving. So, like, if someone's watching you and they see that both of your feet are off the ground, now you're like disqualified, or you're going to be timed as it's a run. So if you're at the 20-minute mark and you're 18 years old, you're done.
No, that is super true. Like, I had a friend. Unfortunately, we had to part ways. But we were friends for a long time, and she was like, Slim, do you remember my friend Rachel? That bigger girl?
Yeah.
She was like 6'1" and, like thick, but she would ride her bike everywhere. She worked out every day. She would travel all around the world by herself and do all this stuff. And, but we'd like go out for drinks, and it really sucked because, like, a lot of times the bartender would ignore her, and I'd be like, hello, my friend wants a drink too.
That's shitty.
It was kind of fun to call them out, but it made me feel bad. I didn't even make her feel bad, but like, I wish she understood how jealous I was that, even when I work out a lot, like, I'll never be as strong as she is, even though she didn't look like super muscular or anything. That was just her build. She's German. But she was super big and strong, and I was like, I want to be tall and big and strong too.
It's hard, just as much as it's hard to lose weight, it can be really difficult to gain weight, because for someone like me, moving as much stuff every day as I do, it would be, in order for me to like maintain a more healthy weight than I have, I would need someone to like have meals and cook for me, because I come home and I don't have the time or the patience or the materials to cook everything that I need for the amount of food that I'm going to consume, which is going to be, you know, a couple pounds of chicken and maybe a half a pound of pasta for, you know, how hungry I might be throughout the day. So,
Well, Slim could come over in a wig and this is Eric.
hi, Eric.
He's got his wheelies on.
Nice.
His bad brain shirt.
I felt it getting a little sexier in here.
Just
It must have been
just have
the
Slim
steel.
put on his wig and be like, "Oh, honey."
Yeah. Oh, honey.
But no, it's true.
Yeah.
And same for men. Like, I've said this before, like, I freaking hate when I see these chicks on TikTok or whatever the fuck. Like, he needs to make 6 figures and be 6'5" and blah blah blah.
Like, bitch, are you? I'd like a chick that's 6'5", someone I can look up to.
I like
know?
tall chicks.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I would be intimidated by a woman that came on to me if she was like much taller than me. If I had to like look up simply because I'm like, oh, well, one, I never get hit on, and two, like, someone looking down on me, like, this is awkward.
Well, that's what's cool about Slim
Awkward
too.
boner.
Like, you just have to have that big dick energy. Like, I had an ex that we're literally the same size. Like, we shared clothes, but in heels, I'd be a lot taller, and sometimes he'd get bothered, and I'm like, why? Like, I'm not bothered. I feel like a supermodel because you make me feel taller. I don't see the issue.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
People are weird.
Maybe I also, it's also because I like shorter girls, because it's nice to be able to pick someone up. You know what I'm saying?
True.
The
Girls
walls,
like to be picked up.
there's 4 walls in the bedroom, but
Okay.
so like
We got it.
So you know, that's more my preference, but like I
And
don't
then
know.
Globber Mom can pick me up.
Probably.
Everyone can pick me up.
Oh man. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
Let's
Let's
talk
get
about
back
those.
into the.
Let's get back on track.
Yeah.
Let's try. Oh, speak of the devil.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know this one.
So how is this getting us back on track?
So this
the
is
balloon
the whole.
swallow.
Oh.
Sorry to,
Okay. I
sorry
see
to
how you-
ruin the magic, everyone.
I know. Peek under the veil.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah,
Can
don't
the-
tell anybody though.
Can the artist please never draw anything again? Because this is horrifying.
Yeah,
I
it's-
have to
it's
say.
very
This
It's
is like
awful.
the worst. This is the worst representation of
This is like
life.
the
I could
kid that
see.
wears a trench coat every day to elementary school.
Oh man.
This is what he draw.
Yeah.
Ugh,
For sure.
the smile was worse. Oh, what is that?
Anybody
Play the
remember?
audio.
Okay,
Anybody
so
remember-
here we
Oh,
go.
never mind.
Hey, wait, hold on.
Ooh, go ahead.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on, everybody.
Taking it like a champ.
Okay.
Oh, weak.
Hold on.
I was about to say, man, this weapons grade bullshit.
So
that Link?
I swallow a sword for real.
Yeah.
You make your esophagus straight, right?
I totally straighten out my esophagus for you,
Yep.
honey. I mean, yeah.
Hey,
Well, that's how he takes it so deep. Just saying, you know.
Compliment's a compliment. Man.
Straighten my esophagus for you, baby.
Baby.
See, Yeah, I knew this because I grew up in the 90s. So
Oh yeah, honey.
Of course but unfortunately I never went to Sunday school, so figure that one out.
You can bruise the heart and the lungs doing that act as well.
And it like I was saying with the guy who was piercing like his torso, it's rounded, it's not sharp, so it's just gonna move everything around the blade,
right?
You know, instead of actually, because if it was a real sword blade, the moment you put it onto your tongue and mouth, it would cut through you and you'd die.
Right,
drowned in your own blood. But
well, now you can see why they position girls a certain way in deep throat porns.
Oh,
straighten out our esophagus.
Well, I'll have to do a little bit of research on that. I didn't realize.
You'll have to do some in-depth research, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm already sitting at my computer, so why not? Oh man.
Okay, well, I think we're about at that time, and then unless anybody else wants to go over anything, I think we're going to start wrapping up.
No,
I'm
I got
exhausted.
stuff I gotta do. I gotta go to bed. I got three robocalls between 3:30 and 4:30 this morning.
I'm sorry, I won't call you. I won't call you so early with my dick pics.
Slim, we told you to leave him alone.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean he's got it on the automatic. I normally don't have the volume up. It's okay.
Wow.
But I'm just saying, it was bad timing, man.
I'm sorry. I'll do it in like 2 hours from now, and then you'll be okay, right?
Well, send him at lunch tomorrow when I'm really hungry.
Okay, all right. When you're hangry,
when you're hangry, yeah.
Can I grab my cat real quick to say goodbye?
Yeah, bring your pussy. We want to see your pussy on stream, so please show her.
Pussy.
I want to see your pussy. Show it to me.
Pussy on stream is fine with me.
And we do always say on my channel, we're trying to get me kicked off of YouTube, so we're always
it'll
happen eventually.
Yeah, what a cute pussycat.
Oh, cute.
And how's the eye doing?
Sweet.
How are the eyes doing? Better? Good? I don't think she has her headphones on, so I don't think she can hear.
No.
How are the eyes?
That means you can talk about her.
Eyes doing? Yeah, exactly. How are the cat's eyes doing?
Pretty good. There's a cataract in the one we have to watch, and she has like a little bit of sight loss, but she's good. It's just I think she misses her boyfriend. She doesn't like us to talk about it because she's embarrassed. Her boyfriend lives next door.
Don't talk about it.
So she misses being able to roam around outside unsupervised and hang out with her boyfriend and
my
go
boxer.
hunting, but also I think maybe it's kind of a blessing since she's getting a little bit older. You know, it puts some fear in her, so she's a little more cautious anyways. So, you know, it's an Easter's miracle.
So, the one thing we're going to take away from this before we get into the closings is wear eyeglasses before getting squirted by pussy. Never mind. That's I need to remember.
Safety first. That's right.
Yeah.
You know what the worst thing about that is? Every time it's happened, she always apologizes and is embarrassed. And I'm always like, why? No, keep. I like it.
Well,
I've got my goggles on for a reason, lady.
Yeah,
you know what though? And maybe like that she enjoys just being like cute and coy.
Well, that could be it. But my new play partner that I have experienced, there was a lot of squirting and a lot of wetness, and she kept apologizing. I said, no, that's why we're here inside this pool. I mean, there's a reason.
That's right.
That's why. That's why I made the room look like a scene out of Dexter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. There's a reason why there's a rubber
Plastic all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to have Craig come on next time.
It fits your aesthetic too.
Get some
you know, why not?
ideas. We've been so busy.
man.
It's like we're just like, let's just get it done.
Oh man.
No, not that. No, it's still awesome. It's always awesome.
So speaking of that, Devil, when you move into the new place, remember to make the dungeon that has never mind, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of which,
I'm sure Slim will help you decorate the dungeon. It'll be fine.
See, like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I like a larger
friends.
I
no,
like a
speaking
larger
of which,
gauge chain,
like
so
serious talk. I should be okay like the next few weeks, but you know, if I have to dip out for a week, you know why. We're looking to move in the 1st of August. It's also my birthday month, July coming up. Yay!
Yeah.
Hey, so it's mine. So it's mine and Slim's.
Our birthday
We
is
find
Friday.
each other.
Oh wow!
And it's Slim's birthday.
Wow.
So, yeah, if I have to miss a week, that's probably why. Because
we understand. No worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally just took a week off because my brother is having health issues. So, and everybody in my audience was super understanding. They're like, "Yeah, man, we're here for you. Whenever you come back, we'll be here. Whatever."
Definitely.
So,
Yeah.
fuck
Well, and that's why I'm glad I'm getting the massage too. Like, when we found out that we had to move, like our landlady's super cool and gave us plenty of notice.
That's good.
But it honestly made me a bit depressed because we worked really hard making this house a home, and you know, I was like, no, I don't want to move.
Now you have to move.
I know.
And moving is so stressful.
Yeah,
Ugh.
but I'm glad we found a place that feels like, you know, we didn't want anywhere fancy. We just wanted like room and a nice landlord and a reasonable price, and that's what we got. So I feel really grateful.
And one of the
all that
good
matters.
things about your current move is that you're mature enough to know that you can't just pack up in a day, because every single person who has ever moved for the first time has been like, "Oh yeah, I just need a day." No, you have so much fucking shit you don't even understand.
I've moved enough. Now I know. Like, you know, when you make a bunch of progress and you get to the point where you're like, yeah, I don't have that much more to go.
No.
Don't believe that feeling.
Don't believe the hype.
There's always another room.
Don't.
There's always another room.
Plus,
And then you
Craig
forget.
has so
Then you
much more
forget the
stuff
corner of the
than me.
closet you told. Yeah, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know.
But
Yeah.
I'm glad I made it clear. Like, now we have this other guy. We have Eric. You know, we have plenty of like male friends that have volunteered for trade on stuff. So I just said ahead of time, like, I'll deal with wrapping things and the dishes and sorting.
Mm-hmm.
You guys deal with the heavy stuff. I'm the only girl around here. I need to wrap my paintings. You know what I mean? Like, not to be
Yeah.
like that, but I'm being like that.
That's
I can't lift anything.
Well, it helps to have someone.
You got to
packing.
delegate.
Yeah, to have someone packing and someone cleaning and someone putting the boxes where the boxes need to go, and someone taking the boxes down from the place that they were before.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Four people, you can manage that. Too easy. And you can
Okay.
switch roles if you need be.
Yeah.
Totally.
Thanks,
So
guys.
getting
problem.
to
Go
the
ahead.
wrap up. Friday is Glober and my birthday, and we're planning on doing it on Pip's channel. I'm not gonna say she's being flaky or that we're not 100% sure. We want it to be on her channel, but it may be on my channel if for some reason she's busy or isn't able to do it. But Friday, check out Pip or my channel, and we're gonna have our birthday. We're gonna do a couple hour game thingy-mabobbers, and then my punk ass might go with my friend down to Denver and maybe meet up with Sierra and go have fun with Sierra for a little bit. So I may get to see her after 2.5 years or whatever the fuck it's been. So
hopefully not about regurgitation.
No, I'm gonna puke a bunch totally.
Oh, yeah.
But like that doesn't matter because whatever.
Because then you get to go to the bar and have some drinks, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, we have a hot tub and Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah,
a lot of whiskey.
So we're gonna have a lot of fun, and we might not even need to go out very much. We'll just hang out and party in the house. Let everybody say goodbye, and then we'll do the intro, outro, and see you fuckers later.
Yeah, goodbye.
Everybody take care.
How cute.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.
Bye, guys. It's nice seeing you again.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the
Don't believe the hype. I'm here.
All right.
I got
Later,
that phone call
everybody.
last